Hey there, everyone. Welcome aboard the Dream Harrier, the ship that flies your gaming space. I'm, of course, its captain, Snake Man. We definitely did not restart this stream multiple times because of technical difficulties. That is not something that happened. Hello, Farmsteads. Hello, Mooware. Hello, ISV. And hello, everyone out there. Oh, World's a Rogue. You are also out there. Chat did not want to see your message. Yes, as the knife is a murder weapon in J.B. Harold, Blue Chicago Blues. Okay, it's working now. We'll see how it goes. We were having some chat difficulties. We were also having some J.B. Harold difficulties. We got stuck. We only completed one day in the life of J.B. Harold. And, I'm still having trouble with the thing seeing my mouth. I'm moving my webcam. Okay. It does have pretty inscrutable flags. Luckily, the game kind of kills you instead of letting you just kind of walk around in a Walking Dead state. Oh, I started the game. Let's get over there. Whoopsies. I'm using my cartridge RAM because there's more space in that. And it doesn't die when the battery dies on the Saturn. God, I love the Sega Saturn. But like, what if we had internal memory? Okay. But did we not save? Well, this is the newest save. Oh, I saved when it prompted, but I think it had, yeah, I saved at this, so it hasn't changed days yet. Now we're in day 2, or chapter 2. So this game has a mix between FMV and static imagery.
God, am I tired. Morning.
You look like you went a bit wild last night.
Yeah, well, who's asking you?
Did you release this information?
Now, those guys are good at making up stories. Watch out, they don't quote you wrong.
Okay, so it looks like the newspaper... I think we can save this over here. Alright, this is going to be the beginning of our day. We're going to keep this save as long as we can. So, seems like the newspaper has caught on to our investigation. Alright, so Julia was the teenage girl who was murdered with a knife. And then Cindy is our fiancée, who... No, sorry, Catherine's our... Sorry, I need to read... Angie is the one who got murdered. Julia is another model in that... Or is a model who is very suspicious, but she messed up the alibi of someone else. Cindy is the sister, cousin of Catherine, who was our fiance who was murdered. Hey, Zeno. Kind of looks like a Matt Berry. I don't know. I don't see it. But I love Matt Berry. He's great. I still want the Discord to watch, Why am I blanking on it? What's the show with Richard Ayoade and Matt Berry and Dark Place? Yeah, Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. I haven't watched it in a while. I wonder if it holds up. Okay, let's talk about Julia. She broke open rich asshole guy's alibi.
I asked her about Rich's alibi on the 8th again.
What'd she say?
She said she wasn't with Rich from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Now, that's odd. She'd change a story like that without it being sweated out of her.
She told me Rich asked her to lie. She also said she saw Catherine in his office on the morning of the 8th.
I see.
You don't trust her, do you?
Now, you can't trust a bitch like that. Change his story so quick.
Whoa. Our partner kind of sucks, by the way.
I went to bar again before I went to the hotel last night. Saw Cindy there, by accident.
By accident, huh?
Cindy said Catherine was totally engrossed in this article.
The glorious life of Bryce Rich, huh? I never fought a losing battle. Jesus Christ. You know, I'm wondering what brought your girl here to Chicago. I mean, what was she doing, hanging around people connected with Angie for?
Hello?
Yo, pal, you better have a damn good reason for busting in here like this.
So you the dicks handling the Angie Hart case, or what? Come on, fess up.
Sounds like he's looking for us. What do you want?
You the fucking losers?
Detectives. Ted Rosen, J.B. Harold. Now, if you want an interview or some goddamn pictures, you better talk to our boss.
Man, hold up. I didn't come down here to take any fucking pictures, all right? I don't waste
Whoa.
my film on dicks like you anyhow.
That's who are you, asshole?
Yeah, who is this guy? But I'm actually curious. What do you want?
What do you want?
What I want is I want to know why you haven't busted Rich yet. I tipped y'all so you could take him down. What's up?
Are you the one who reported seeing Angie in Rich's car?
Yeah, that's right. So what you gonna do?
Before that, why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Arnold Phoenix, freelance photographer. You want to check my identity?
Are you an athlete or something? You look pretty solid.
Yeah, I used to be. I played in the NBA for a while. You want an autograph?
Yeah, well, when you change jobs?
3 years ago.
Have you known Rich and Angie long?
Yeah, I known him for a long time. I photographed Rich for a couple of magazine interviews. And I know Angie, too.
Yeah, well, did you take her photograph as well?
Yeah, that's right. I scoped her on the street one day, rolled up on her, asked her if I could take a couple of shots. She said, cool. Took them and sent them into Babe. You know the magazine?
Wait, we have that magazine. That was the magazine we found in Rich's dresser. Not dresser. Desk.
Babe, you know it's a trashy magazine. A lot of photos of fine females in it. Guys write in and get the profiles and the models they got a hard on for.
It's like a younger version of Playmate, right?
Exactly.
When did Angie's photograph appear in this magazine?
Last month.
Did she get a lot of letters from readers?
Hell yeah, man. She was fun. I heard she was the most popular model ever. Yeah, I'm sure that's her. I know it. I photographed the bitch, okay?
You're sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Look, y'all gotta understand something. This motherfucker is pure evil. Ain't no thing for a cowboy like Rich to whack a little girl.
You want the sound a little louder? I already got it louder than I normally do for other games. I'll give it a little bit of boost.
Oh yeah, Catherine White? I bet he dusted her too. Ain't this a motherfucker? He's out here doing anything he fucking wants, and y'all two sitting around here jerking off with me.
Well, okay. So I think I need to drop off the new evidence.
Results will be input into the terminal computer first thing tomorrow morning. You can look at your computer for the data.
So this game only came out in Japan. This version of the game. It was released for Laseractive, 3DO, Sega Saturn, and PlayStation. And it just featured Japanese subtitles for the FMV clips. All this was in Japanese, the menus and stuff, and that's what the fan translation covered. Okay, so we have new evidence. Okay, and we did put in the article into forensics. Alright, so this is the old photo we found in Angie's bookshelf. Taken approximately 15 to 20 years ago, location unknown. Found in bookshelf in Angie Hart's room. Back right is Kevin Grady, murdered in 1975. Addendum. Male at back left has distinctive mark on right hand. So why does she have a picture of someone that was murdered? This is the torn page that we found at the hot dog stand. Received from Nick at the hot dog stand. Dear Diary, I'm hanging on the end of a rope. It's too far off the ground and I can't jump off. I don't know how long I can hang on. He identified it as Angie leaving that message based on the photograph. And then this is the Babe magazine that we found in Richard Bryce's desk. Photo catalog published by Lime in October 1993, which that would be the previous month. Found in desk drawer in BR Company executive office. Photo of Angie Hart printed on page 38. Now, unfortunately, we can't look at anything that we've just introduced into forensics for some reason. Okay. Let's drop a save. That took 45 minutes talking to that guy. That guy's quite the fellow. Quite the rude one. I mean, this guy's also rude.
So, JB, where are we going next?
I thought we were splitting up. Alright, so here's what we have. We have Angie Hart's parents, whose dad works at the Michigan Journal. Oh wait, I have notes. I left notes for myself. Let me go grab those notes. Because I have someone I need to see. So Bryce has no alibi from 5 to 8. And Julie saw Catherine in the BR office. Angie was at home at 4 o'clock, but left after having pie. On the night of Catherine's murder, she met at Vogue. No, sorry, Julia was at Vogue until 8 o'clock. So we need to see the counselor. That's today. That's at 3 p.m. Yeah, I think we just have to see the counselor. I think that's our only timetabled thing right now. So until then, we are free to scope out. And I think our first thing is we need to confront Mr. Bryce.
Yeah, we'd like to see Mr. Rich.
I'm sorry, he's out.
Where is he?
Well,
You don't know?
I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay, well, we get to investigate the secretary.
We're investigating the murder of a high school student. Can you check his schedule for the 8th?
I'm sorry, I can't.
What do you mean you can't? You're a secretary, aren't you? You're supposed to know those things.
I don't know. I just started here yesterday.
What happened to the former secretary?
I heard she quit. Anyway, I never met her.
Do you have any idea where he's gone?
I think he went to pick up his car. That's what he told me. He just said he'd be back by 4.
Where does he have his car serviced?
Let's see, it's...
Come on, think a little harder, sweetheart.
Well, they called here. That's when he left.
Okay, good. Where to? Come on, speak.
Auto Repair 25? Something like that.
I know that. It's on the loop.
Okay, we have a new location.
I don't know.
They don't know Phoenix. That's the photographer that just showed up. Let's see if she recognizes Angie.
I've never met her before, but
But
she looks familiar.
Where'd you see her?
I can't remember.
Probably saw her in the magazine. Catherine was
I
here.
don't know her.
Huh. Didn't Julie say Catherine was here at the office? Maybe I'm wrong.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Okay. Oh, we have a South Loop now. Oh no, the South Loop's always us. So the loop, let's go check on the Mr. Bryce.
Where the hell's goddamn Rich gone?
What can I do for you?
We're detectives. Can we talk?
Yeah?
Who's Melanie? Is Melanie the secretary? Melanie. Cindy is the cousin of Catherine. Why is none of these choices about Bryce? Whatever.
I heard the president of BR Company had his car fixed here.
Yeah. He was a bitch, too, man. That guy's a jerk. So he's rushing us around.
Yeah, where's his car?
Picked it up.
I see. What part did you fix?
I pulled a dent out of the body and recovered the seat.
Recovered the seat?
Yeah. It was all cut up or something. I don't know.
When'd he bring it in here?
Brought it in the morning of the 9th.
Okay, that is after Angie's death.
Have you heard about the murder of Angie Hart, a high school student?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the one they found dead up at the planetarium, huh? You know, I heard some female detective did that. One of your buddies, huh? If I say something wrong?
Yeah, you did.
You know, man, that reminds me of when Rich was in here reading the paper.
When was that?
The day he got his car fixed. He came in and there was a guy reading the paper and he snatched it out of his hands. Got all serious about it, you know? I figured maybe he knew the chick or something. I made a joke about it. I said, what, that's the chick you've been hot with? And he just flipped out, man, started yelling at me.
So Rich definitely knows Angie.
Nah, man, I don't know her. Nah, I'd never forget a fox like that, man.
Everyone really likes our fiance. Everyone's like, damn, she's fine.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think these questions are just wasting time. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna eat shit for it. Actually, hold on. Sometimes you need to to hit every option for something to happen. Oh, am I gonna regret leaving? Okay, so we have no idea where Rich is. He might come back to the office at 4, according to the secretary. It's 10 o'clock now. I guess we need to talk to the Harts again.
Oh, it's you.
Look, sorry.
Oh,
to
Melanie is
bother you.
Angie's
Ask
mom.
A few more questions.
How are you feeling?
Better. I'm okay. Come in. How's the investigation proceeding? Have you got any clues?
Angie was reported to be seen with Bryce Rich in his car on the day she was killed. Have you ever heard his name?
Bryce Rich. No, I've never heard of him.
Okay, so James is the husband.
Is Mr. Hart out now?
He's doing some shopping. Should be back soon.
Okay, this one I might need to talk on everything.
I don't know.
Okay, she doesn't know about the red dress that that Angie was wearing before she died.
I don't know.
I figured she wouldn't know Cindy. It doesn't make any sense.
According to Angie's teacher, Angie's grades were down lately and she seemed to be having some problems. I'm wondering if you had noticed anything unusual with her. If you have something on your mind, please tell us, Mrs. Hart.
Here. Angie gave this to me for my birthday about 2 weeks ago.
If that's a natural stone, I'd say that's a bit too expensive for a high school student to buy.
Yes, I thought so too. I asked Angie how she could buy such an expensive ring, but Angie got mad at me, saying I should have at least have appreciated it. She wouldn't say how she got it.
Do you mind if we take this ring back to the station and have it checked?
No, go ahead. I haven't mentioned this to my husband, so please keep it secret.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, you guys are here.
He loves us.
Melanie, are you okay?
Yes, I'm all right, dear.
Any progress?
They say Angie was seen in the car of a man named Bryce Rich.
Then this man killed Angie.
We don't know yet. It's one possibility.
But this man, he...
Oh, my God.
Melanie, what's the matter?
I just feel dizzy.
Okay, don't move, okay? You need to lie down. Look, she hasn't recovered yet. Could you guys please leave? Please.
Okay, so asking about the ring automatically boots us out of the questionnaire.
So, JB, where are we going next?
It does give us information. We did get evidence. And it's looking like... Angie has a sugar daddy, which could be the rich man Bryce. Let's see if the neighbor's seen anything. Or know anything about Bryce. No, that was a waste of time.
So, JB, where are we going next?
It's weird I didn't put audio or anything. That's a little worrisome. I've been having a lot of technical difficulties. Maybe I should just play on emulator. Did Cindy want to see me? Let me see if my notes. Oh, yeah, I gotta go see Cindy, but she said to see her at nighttime, so that's anytime past 6. So the counselor at 3, Cindy at 6, and maybe Bryce at 4. So... I don't have any reason to go to the sports streamer. Maybe it's just to see the photographer guy? Let's see, the hot dog stand has anything? No, he's got the same information, huh?
That day was sodium coal.
Yeah. Yeah, these are the same questions.
So, JB, where we going next?
Does this lady know Angie? I forget.
Hey, where are you going?
Let's ask the girl some questions, man. Do you have a moment?
Yeah, what is it?
We're with the police. We'd like to ask you a few questions.
Police?
Hey, look, you're scaring these beautiful young ladies, huh? Will you let me handle it?
No, I think they're into me. Look at them. Okay. So Julia's the model. James is the husband of the family, but why are we asking? I don't know who a Paige McShannon. We will ask about Bryce Rich, the murder, and we can see if they know any of these folk. Let's ask about Julia.
Hey, are either of you girls friends with Julia Fortis?
I don't think we're friends. I mean, she is a lot older than us, and
she's done a lot of work. I mean, she's pretty much the big model in our agency.
Hey, well, maybe she's the big model now, but you girls are tomorrow's stars, right?
well, we hope so.
Hey, everybody's got a chance.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, if you consider the fact that Julia used to belong to a third-grade agency like Urban Models, I still think we have a good chance.
Were you telling me that she had to work to get where she is? She just didn't rise to stardom with a single click of the shutter?
And that's right. She proved that even a centerfold pinup girl can become a big star if she can get the chance to prove herself.
Ain't that true? If you sell your soul to the devil to get what you want, like Julia has.
I won't prostitute myself for any job.
Okay. So Julia may have prostituted herself to get higher up. Why would we ask about James? It'd be funny if they did know who that is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
Tell me about Bryce.
Have you ever heard anything about the president of the BR company?
Oh, yeah. Of course we have. He's famous and infamous.
What do you mean?
Well, he's generous when it comes to money, but he screws everything that moves.
Rachel.
We're investigating the murder of a high school student, Angie Hart.
Oh, was she a model or something?
No.
I want to stay away from shit like that.
That's it. That's all you have to say.
Wow. Hey, isn't that the one Paige brought by here a while ago?
Did you see her?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Paige. Oh, is Paige the... I think Paige might be the head of the magazine. I wish they had profiles for people that you could check out. Especially coming after a week.
I don't know her.
Never
Okay.
met her.
They don't know Catherine, which makes sense.
Sounds like McShannon has a pretty high opinion of Julia.
Yeah, well, Julia owes all her success to Paige.
Paige is like our mom. She's also our teacher. She's trained a lot of supermodels.
Yeah, I wish she'd push us like that, but I guess she's just too busy.
She's hardly in her office. She's even out now.
Okay, so Paige brought Angie around the office. I don't know if it did or not. And that could help a lot. I think I've exhausted all the options.
Hey, want a bite? It's not bad.
He's got his lunch pizza. So the high school, we have no reason to go there until the counselor arrives. So the BR guy is out and the Beauty Vogue boss is out. Let's see if we can find Julia at her apartment.
Yo, Ted.
Joe, man, what's up?
You still a cop?
Yeah, I'm surviving. Look at you. Never thought you'd sober up and get a job.
Oh, shit, I'm a decent worker, you know, unlike you. Anyway, what's up today? Investigation?
Yeah.
Do you need my help?
Can you get us in? Has Bryce Rich been around here? I'm worried that Julia's dead. He doesn't know Bryce Rich.
Yeah, do you know this model, Julia Fortis, who lives here?
Sure do. She's a fox.
Yeah? She get much company?
Rarely.
What about men?
Well, I've never seen her coming back with a man.
I don't believe it.
Well, if you don't believe it, don't. Anyway, I've never seen it. Ever. But
what?
There is one. Her old man.
Her old man?
Yeah, her father comes by every now and then begging for money. Slimy guy. He never leaves without money. And what's worse, he's a sloppy drunk.
Okay, we're learning about Julia's father. Hi, James.
Yeah, we're investigating the murder of Angie Hart.
Yeah, read about that in the newspaper.
Does he recognize her?
I know her.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. About 2 weeks ago, she came and left a bunch of flowers for Julia at the front desk.
She brought flowers for Julia?
Yeah, I thought you might be her fan. You know, there are folks like that. Hey, don't tell me it was her. Really?
So Angie knew Julia.
Never met her.
I guess we are killing time.
I don't know.
Might as well hit all the flags just in case. Or at least try to.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Alright. So we learned about Julia's dad. Oh, we also learned about Urban Models. That's a new location. Let's hit that up. So that's where Julia came from.
Chicago Police Department. Got some questions to ask you.
Police? Gee, sounds scary. Okay, pull up a chair.
Maybe we'll get information on Julia.
Tell us about Julia Fortis. We understand she was with this agency.
Julia, huh?
When did you represent her?
It was about 4 years ago. And she was with me for 2 years.
Who did she work for mostly?
Mostly? Centerfolds, pinups, trashy magazines. You know, I never dreamed she would have been so successful. She was just damn lucky.
Was she a model before she came to your agency?
I'm not sure about that. I mean, she was with this slimy leech who was taking advantage of her. You know, she begged me for a job. I mean, she would do anything she could. If it paid the bucks, she'd go for it.
Yo, what happened to the slimy leech?
He died.
Died?
Yeah. And you know, right after he died, luck just flew into her life.
What's the reputation of Beauty Vogue in this field?
Paige? Well, she's one hell of a wheeler dealer. And let me tell you, when it comes to raising the pay of her models, there's none like her. Of course, she has the greatest models, and she charges the most for them, too.
Does he know Rich?
Have you ever worked for BR Company?
Of course not. I don't have a lot of big clients. You know, back then I tried to push Julia on them. But it didn't work. I don't know.
I like that answer. What? Who?
We're investigating the murder of a high school student named Angie Hart.
Listen, I don't get involved in risky businesses. And I don't know anything about a murder, okay? There's no way.
Let's see if he recognizes them.
No, I don't know her. Yeah. Now, she's my type.
Again, everyone. Every time we show someone Catherine's picture, they're like, damn.
So, JB, where are we going next?
All right. So, Julia has a dad who's kind of slimy and a drunk. And then in the past, she had a slime ball with her. But according to that guy, he died. And that's when luck started to enter Julia's life. I guess we'll check Sports Dreamer, but I don't even know where this magazine popped up. Oh, that's where this guy works. No, wait, this is someone new.
Hi, can I help you? What kind of sports you into? We got a wide variety of selections. We got baseball, football, basketball, wrestling, hockey. Oh, I should add, we're also into sumo.
Sumo?
Yeah.
We're not buying anything. We're detectives. Is Arnold Phoenix around?
Arnold, he's gone already.
All right, maybe we can learn about Phoenix over here.
Where's Phoenix gone?
I don't know. He rushed out of here in a fluster saying he had this incredibly big story. He exaggerates everything. But he did say he'd get in contact with you guys later.
Okay.
What do you sell here?
We're selling dreams.
Dreams?
We sell fictionalized contracts with pro sports teams for the customer under the condition they want. They not only get contracts, we give them press releases and newspaper articles praising their abilities.
That's a weird job, like a weird thing. I want a fake sports contract and press conference. I'm living my dream.
Have you known Phoenix a long time?
Yeah, he's an old high school buddy. He was really depressed when he injured his leg and had to retire. But he's been doing very good since he started taking photographs.
Does he help you too?
Every now and then. Hey, what's going on today, guys? He bothered you about Bryce Rich, right?
Does he ever mention why he hates Rich so badly?
I don't know, but he hates the guy like hell. He never opens his mouth without saying that goddamn Rich is scum.
For any reason, do you know Cindy? I assume he doesn't. I'm worried that the...
We're investigating the murder of a high school student named Angie Hart.
Hey, guys. I don't want no problems with the police. Arnold's my buddy, but I don't want nothing risky.
Hey, he's the one that got involved. Yeah, it's like his reaction for not knowing isn't loading. That's very, very suspicious. Not of him, but of my Saturn.
So, JB, where are we going next?
I feel like I've never gotten the Fenrir to work as well as other people have. I don't know why. It's just a ribbon cable that connects the two. Maybe my Fenrir is up as, like, not working. I've got beta firmware to try to fix it, and I reformatted all my SD cards for it. No, we haven't talked to Michigan Journal today. No, he still has the same stuff.
So, JB, where are we going next?
I actually don't know where to go. I mean, I just gotta go to 2 different locations real quick. Oh wait, hold on, I could've went to the school. I'm a dummy. I always forget that you can do that and it'll be 3 o'clock.
JB, where are we going next?
Oh well. Let's hit the school. For some reason I thought it took less than 15 minutes to travel. I don't know why. Yeah, I feel like saving's not really important because we have to restart the day anyway.
Good afternoon. I'm J.B. Harold, Liberty Town Police Department. This is Detective Ted Rosen, Chicago PD Homicide Division.
You know, if we don't
Mr.
find what we're
Rivers.
looking for.
Nice to meet you. Sayer told me you wanted to know about the counseling I had with Angie. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. Could you tell us about it?
Opening with Bryce Rich.
I don't know.
Makes sense.
I don't know.
Also makes sense.
The relationship with her parents was difficult. She said she wasn't loved and she shouldn't have been born.
Ooh.
How did you respond to that?
Angie was young. I mean, in the middle of adolescence. It's the most enjoyable time in life, people say, but it's a time of transition as well. It's a time where they're desperately searching for their own identity. They just don't know who they are. I told her most kids at her age had experienced that at one time or another.
Alright, so Angie's having a lot of trouble with her family.
Can you think of any information that might help us out?
I can't think of anything significant. I'm just shocked. It's a terrible thing to happen to her. I don't think her problems had anything to do with this case, but I just wish I could have worked harder to help her out.
Yeah, her parents are definitely weird.
Angie was very sensitive. I don't know her.
Fair enough. Okay, so that was the counselor.
So, JB, where are we going next?
It is possible that Mr. Bryce has reappeared at the BR company since it is 4 o'clock now.
I'm sorry, Mr. Rich has not returned yet.
Huh. More lovely pizza.
Hey, one pizza's not bad. Hey, look. There's James Hart. He's in a hurry. Hey, he's getting in that taxi. Hey, let's tail him. What do you say?
I mean, I've nothing else to do.
He's going into that building.
So James Hart's going to a shady
What the
building.
hell's he doing? What's taking that guy so long? Let's go take a look.
Pardon me, can I help you?
Yeah. There was a man in here.
There's lots of
Oh,
men.
you must be talking about Hart.
Yes.
He's the father of Red Shoes. He was here a while ago.
Red Shoes?
Where has he gone?
He left through the back door.
He must know we were tailing them. Or he just is super suspicious.
What's this office?
Bloody Mary?
Bloody Mary?
Yes. It's a members association, and I'm the chairperson, Lily Alden.
Private club, huh? Well, what do you people do in this here Bloody Mary?
Well, the purpose of our organization is to express ourselves and share the feelings with others through writing.
Pardon?
Well, in other words, members write stories and present them to other members, and get their opinions.
Does James Hart belong to this club?
No, it was his first time here. He's the father of Red Shoes.
What do you mean by red shoes?
Well, every member has a pen name, and the birth name of Red Shoes is Angie Hart.
Oh, so Angie Hart had a secret writing club that she was part of. That might be why she kept leaving the house.
What was Hart doing here?
Well, I contacted him and I asked him to come and pick up a story that Red Shoes had written. I don't know.
Okay, doesn't know the mother. I guess it's in here. We'll ask.
I don't know.
Did you hear about the murder?
Of course I did. It was on the television and the newspaper. I remember her, Red Shoes. She came here every Monday, but she didn't make it here on the 8th.
Well, the F is when she died.
Oh, yeah, I know Red Shoes. She joined the club 6 months ago.
What kind of stories did she write?
Passionate, tense, and romantic stories. They were becoming to her personality. She also wrote mysterious, intense detective stories. You know, everybody loved her work.
Was Catherine tailing her?
No, she doesn't belong to our club.
Okay, so Catherine never made it here.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Alright, so before nighttime, I better drop off the evidence that we have. Just seeing if any locations opened. Okay, so you have access to the Bloody Mary now. We do need to drop off that that ring we found.
Results will be input into the terminal computer first thing tomorrow morning.
Can you scan this pizza? A 3D scan of a pizza. Rotating in your head forever. I guess we'll try the hearts again, but you'll probably be like, no, I can't talk to you.
So, JB, where are we going next?
But maybe we can grab that story. Yeah.
Look, I'm sorry, guys, but Melanie's just not feeling well.
So, JB, where are we going next?
I don't know. We only got one more location we can go to until it's nighttime. We can see if Catherine came, or not Catherine, Paige came back to the Beauty Vogue.
I guess nobody's home.
Nope.
Let's go back to the office.
Hey, Ted, there you are.
Yo, Fred, what's up?
Look, an officer found these in a coin locker while on patrol. We think these are the clothes Angie was wearing when she left the house.
What the hell's this thing? Oh. Hey, this is weird. Listen to this. A mob of sheep came to go through some wooden gates. I helped the sheep so they could make it, and I hugged a black sheep tightly. What the hell is this bullshit?
I don't know, it's only my opinion, but it seems like one of those diaries where she might have kept record of her dreams or something like that.
A record of her dreams?
Yeah, I kept one of those things. You know, I wake up in the morning and I write down the dream I just had.
Uh-huh.
This guy's never heard of a dream journal. Statuette. This is probably an important choice, maybe? Let's drop it here. Because I might only get one. Is there a statuette in the bag?
Do you think this is connected to the case?
No idea.
Looks like some souvenir from South America or something.
South America?
Okay, I get to choose both. Sometimes I only get to choose one.
Doesn't make any sense.
I tell you, dreams can tell you a lot. I bet if we have that diary analyzed, we can get some idea what was on Angie's mind.
The last entry was November 7th. You know, if we could get that diary checked out, it might tell us something. I can't deal with shit like that, though. Why don't you have that woman doc check it out?
Well, I am going to see her.
Where to?
Alright, it's now nighttime. Let's go check the doctor at the White Clinic. Cindy, cousin of Catherine.
Hi, I've been waiting for you.
Hello. Sorry to bother you. I want to ask for your help.
I know. An analysis of Angie's diary, right? Rosen just called and said you were on your way.
I see. This is the diary.
Okay, be happy to do that.
How long do you think it will take you to finish?
I know you're in a hurry. I'll do it ASAP and let you know when it's done. Why don't you take a break? Have a seat.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't doing anything. I guess sitting with her would be good.
All right, I will. Thank you.
So how's the investigation going? Any progress?
Well, not so bad.
What does that mean? Like, tell me, have you found any clues, anything that might help clear Catherine's name?
We haven't really found shit on her.
We found that Catherine visited some places related to Angie, such as Angie's house, Angie's father's office.
What? Why would she do such things?
I don't know. Well, I've got to go.
Bye.
Where to?
So it's at nighttime. There's nothing really we can do at nighttime. The Hearts won't answer, the neighbor doesn't answer at nighttime, and the school is closed. The BR company's closed, the Beauty Vogue is closed. We can see if Julie is home.
Where to?
No go on that. So, let's go to Bloody Mary at night. Maybe that's when the club gets together. Because she said that she didn't make it on the 8th. No.
Where to?
The White Clinic, the Michigan Journal's closed. The clinic we just did, Urban Models and Sports Dreamers, I can't imagine have anything. Grant Park is the planetarium. The hot dog stand is closed. We go to the bar. Bars we seem to run into random people at the bar at night. That's the photographer.
Evening.
My man in blue. What's up?
You left us standing at your buddy's shop.
Yeah.
Can I sit?
Go ahead, man.
Let me put a save. I should knew the Hart family thing would end. Because I apparently asked the right question, but it ended the whole thing.
Sounds like you got a big story, huh?
Yeah, well, I thought I might step by the precinct tomorrow and give you all a little gift.
And what would that be?
Nothing, just definite evidence that Rich did Angie Hart. I'll have it in no time.
Don't beat around the bush. Tell me now.
Chill out. Be patient, babe. You're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow.
I wonder if he's the one putting stuff in the paper.
are you so pissed off at Rich anyway?
He's a slimy sneak.
A slimy sneak?
Okay, he's a scumbag. I hate Rich far more than I hate cops. Also, he don't know a thing about design. All his designs, he's cribbed from other people's work. I got a break, man. Got an appointment.
All right. Take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow, huh?
Word.
We didn't get to ask him about Angie's diary. Why would he know about Angie's diary?
Where to?
I'll just throw it in here just in case, since I have the save.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. That's what I expected.
I got a break, man.
All right, so we're out at the bar.
Where to?
It's like I can't think of anywhere else to go, so I guess I could just go back to the hotel. And if we die, we die. Oh my god, we didn't die. You're gonna get that, man? Yeah, answer the phone.
Hello.
Yo, JB.
Oh, Mr. Taylor.
Listen, JB, we have found a case Catherine was in charge of involving other crimes.
What other crimes?
Forging birth certificates. She was investigating this guy, and it's reported that she had inquired to the Chicago police several times about these criminals. JB, this is nagging me. She must have known something. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'll tell you in a minute. We got cutscenes.
Hello.
What's the matter?
This is Julie, which we haven't seen all day.
I surprised you, didn't I?
What's wrong? Something's happening. Makes
I'm
you feel
acting.
You need to see a cop.
I'm so scared. I feel I'm being watched.
Watched. When did this begin?
I don't know. I just don't want to be alone tonight.
Tell me in detail.
Okay, this might be a choice. So the way the game so far, at least the first day, has ended, is that if you missed anything vital, instead of just like letting you be miserable with missables or whatever, and you know, being essentially soft locked, the game just kills you and tells you, hey, you missed something. So the fact that it hasn't killed me yet is always a good sign. So talk to Julie or answer the phone. Well, we have a save, so we can do both. We're very popular tonight.
Hello.
Hi, Harold. This is Finch.
Yeah. What's the matter?
Well, Ted asked me to check out Rich's background and stuff, and the report just came back.
Where is Rosen?
He got a call from some guy named Phoenix. Then he rushed out of the office. Ted told me to contact you.
I see.
Yeah, I found something that might help. Listen, Rich broke his leg and was in the hospital in '88. Guess what? The doctor in charge was Cindy's ex-husband, Michael Ebert.
Michael Ebert?
Yeah, and Ebert's been missing since he went to South America 2 years ago. Here's more. In '81, Rich started his design business with a partner in Manhattan. But the partner vanished after that Black Monday in '87. Now Rich is the financer of Beauty Vogue. Somehow he's gotten ownership from the president. Anyway, I'll give you all the details tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks, Finch.
Okay, so Cindy is the cousin of Catherine. Cindy's ex-husband was the doctor that worked on Rich and has gone missing since going to South America. Angie has something, a souvenir from South America. Catherine is trying to investigate an old case about forging birth certificates. What does it all connect? What's it all mean? She should rest. If I send her home, she's probably dead. Oh my god, what a gentleman. Somehow it doesn't wake her. Oh, she's faking. But why?
I'll be back this weekend. I told Taylor I was taking a vacation.
I mean, she is underage.
How come you haven't
She
asked
goes
me
to high
about
school. She's
How come you
17.
haven't asked me why I'm going to Chicago? That's right. I told you not to ask. Good night.
Okay, we're switching discs. Wow, disc 2 has its own save file. It's so cool. Please open the CD drive. Remove disc 1 and insert disc 2. Once you've changed this, please resume the game from the system menu. It's not letting me do the soft reset. Okay. Let me go reset the system. So the Fenrir doesn't have a way to swap discs. And the Saturn is really weird about swapping discs. So most games generally let you save and then swap disc. Yeah, we made it to disc 2, but I wonder what's up with Julie. Maybe she's just spying on us. She clearly wasn't asleep. Chapter 3. Glass Keys. We are starting to get a little more momentum. Like, we're finding a lot more evidence and more people of interest, which is nice. Good seat noises. Okay, Julie's gone. Left us a thank you note. Ted got a call from Phoenix at night. So let's see what Ted knows. Ted's our partner.
Well, this is a sweet surprise. What's happened?
You goddamn Fred trapped me.
Fred called me last night. Said a report on Bryce's personal data had come out.
Yeah, the shithead dumped all the data into this computer. That's why I'm sitting behind this fucking machine losing my fucking mind.
Why don't you have Fred do it?
Yeah, well, I wish I could, but that shithead isn't on duty today.
Fred told me 2 people related to Bryce are missing. Is that right?
Yeah, till yesterday.
What do you mean by till yesterday?
Okay, there it is. It's taken me all day to get this, baby.
Bryce Rich. Education unknown. Hartford, Connecticut. Personal history. 1981 begins working as apparel designer. In 83 receives Best New Designer Award in Fashion Show. 84 gains recognition as film costume designer. In 85 he founds the BR company with co-owner Charlie Thompson. In 87 he incurs heavy financial losses in Black Friday crash. Partner Charlie Thompson reports missing. He relocates the BR company head office to Chicago. He's checked into the Central Hospital with a fractured left leg, who is attended by Michael Ebert, who is the ex-husband of Cindy, who is the cousin of Catherine. Did you see the way he was typing? And yeah, look at that turtleneck on him. In 90, he expands into precious metals and interior design industries, opens exclusive high-end boutique. In 91, Michael Ebert reported missing. That's when he went to South America. And in 93, this year, he acquires a majority share in Beauty Vogue magazine.
Fuck, I hate that fucking machine. Fred, what dickhead. Brings me this note. Ted, I set up a program to allow you to search for information regarding the people concerned and the data of criminal cases which are still unsolved. I think it'll be helpful in your investigation from now on. Don't give me that crap.
He's right, you know. It will be helpful in the investigation.
Yeah? Well, let him do it. Make my life easier.
I hate computers.
That's pretty good.
Alright, let's have a save file at the beginning of disc 2. I haven't made any choices. So I could probably get rid of this. This is like right at the end of disc 1. This is like the last choice of disc 1, so I think I'll be okay if I need to go back. And that's the beginning of day 1 or day 2. I don't think I'll have to go back. I'm probably okay, but we'll find out. Like I said, day 1 kind of taught us that we can't miss anything or else they just kill us anyway. Alright, what did Phoenix talk to you about?
Fred mentioned Phoenix called you last night. What did he bring you?
Yeah, well, his source disappeared on him. He thinks Rich did it to cover his ass and that we'd better nail the son of a bitch.
There he goes.
Hey, you saw Phoenix at the bar last night, didn't you?
Yeah, he told me Rich is stealing somebody's designs.
Yeah, well, I heard. Rich doesn't even do his own designs anymore. He either has his assistants do them, or he just steals the stuff from other people's portfolios. There's this one guy who used to work for Rich, had a tape recording. A Rich threatening this one designer to keep quiet about Rich using his designs. Guess what? This guy disappeared last night.
Disappeared?
Yeah, when Phoenix went over to his place, it was all messed up. Wasn't any sign of the guy or the tape. That's when he called me, screaming that we better nail Rich.
But no proof, huh?
Nah. No, just Phoenix's damn imagination. I told him there wasn't a fucking thing we could do. At least not yet.
Phoenix's hunch. That was your specialty, wasn't it?
Shut up.
I feel like we haven't really learned anything about Catherine
I've got new
involvement.
information regarding Catherine from Liberty Town Police.
What is it?
The last case Catherine was in charge of involved various crimes, including counterfeited birth certificates. She had called Chicago Police Department several times regarding these crimes.
Counterfeited birth certificates?
He doesn't know the case. So that's the most recent thing we know about Catherine.
We'll be sweating blood before Rich shows his true colors.
Yeah, that bastard's gonna be a real son of a bitch to deal with.
What do you think of Cindy?
The woman, Doc? I don't think she had anything to do with this case, but I don't like her. You can handle her better than I can. There's something about her ex-husband is bugging me.
Okay. So we do have some new evidence. We have the ring that Angie gave to Melanie's mom, and they talked about the stone. And Rich is involved in the stone business. Oh, we also can look at the previous cases. Yeah, so we finally have the Bryce's article. This is what Catherine was looking into. Page from Presidential Face, published by Blossenberg, received from Cindy White, features an interview with Bryce Rich, president of BR Company. So she was investigating Bryce, but she also was trying to get in contact with the Hart family. She went to James's employer. She went to James' employer. She went to the Bryce's company. She went to the Hart's home. And here's that ring. Ring with ruby setting, ringed with diamonds. Received from Melanie Hart. Ruby confirmed to be genuine. Manufactured from BR Company. So Angie has a BR Company ring. Remember, she was murdered in a brand new dress. Which could have been bought by Bryce. Bryce could be her sugar daddy. The murder of Kevin Grady. In 1975, Chicago Harbor. Body found wrapped in large white cloth bag. Stab wound on chest consistent with sharp-bladed instrument. So it's a knife killing. Believed found 2 days post-mortem. It's the same way that Angie went out. Victim was a member of a wide-ranging street gang and had ties to members of criminal organizations suspected of drug trafficking. Bag concealing body of same kind, generally used by hotels to transport laundry. No eyewitnesses, no murder weapon, no suspects. The lead investigator is Robert Osborne. What does this have to do with our case?
What are you looking for, man?
Do you happen to know what office Simon Osborne's in?
Simon Osborne? That old man retired. What do you want with him?
I need information from him regarding an unsolved case he dealt with.
You know, he's living on his pension. I dropped by his place once, so I know where it is. You want to stop by later?
Yeah.
Okay, looks like we have a new someone to talk to. I don't think there's probably anything new in here, right? Oh, it did update signed to urban model. Or was that always there? Yeah. James, as far as we know, is just an accounting guy whose coworker says he's into knives, which the murder weapon was knives. We just read this. This is probably all the same. So I guess we get a new person to talk to.
So, JB, where are we going next?
So I need to admit, I've never really played detective games, so I'm kind of interested in, like, the twists and turns. Now, right now, they really are pointing at Bryce, but that doesn't mean anything. Where does this guy live? Nowhere. Alright, so that's probably just going to be like... Oh, no. We have the Central Hospital and Osborne's apartment. So we can talk to Osborne, who worked that previous case. Central Hospital is where Cindy's ex-husband worked. So I guess we do have some new locations to check out.
So what do you guys want from an old man?
Talk to him.
Well, sir, I need some information regarding the Kevin Grady murder case in 1975.
Kevin Grady.
The report said the assailant was Danny Jackson.
Danny Jackson. Yeah, I remember the case vividly.
And the truth about the case is unknown. Kevin was a petty gangster. To me, it was just another skirmish or a fight involving some dope dealer or some shit like that. There were no clues. We couldn't get any clues because all his fellows vanished as soon as the case went.
Vanished?
Well, Kevin always hung around with these three punks. It was obvious they had something to do with the case, but there was nothing we could do about it.
Yeah, well, being a cop, you always run across tons of cases like that. You know who did it from the get-go, but you just can't nail the sumbitch, you know?
Yeah, you're telling me.
Okay, so Kevin was part of some gang.
I think he had a mother in poor health and a sister. Yes, Sister Maggie was one of those that vanished. Then his mother died in 7 years. Hardly anyone went to the funeral. It was terrible.
What were the names of the rest of Kevin's henchmen?
Well, let's see. There was Gordon and Alan, I think.
Kevin, Maggie, Gordon, and Alan.
JB, are these people connected to the case or what?
I don't know. So Angie has a photo of Kevin, but we don't know why.
Yeah, she reminds me of someone. That looks like Maggie.
Is Melanie Hart Maggie?
That's Catherine White. She was a co-worker at JB's. She was killed on this case.
White?
Yeah. What's wrong, Osborne?
JB, you go back to the station and you look up everything involving Danny Jackson. He died in 75.
Danny Jackson. Okay. And somehow White is connected.
So, JB, where are we going next?
But which White? I guess he told us to go to the police station, look up Danny Jackson. There's also a good time to look at that photo again, now that we know more about Kevin Grady. Ooh, we have new things. Let me go look at that photo. Old photo taken approximately 15 to 20 years ago, found in the bookshelf Angie Hart's room. Back right is Kevin Grady. And then the male at the back left has a distinctive mark on his right hand. Maybe the gang sign? The gang tattoo or something? So why does Angie interested in Kevin Grady? And is Melanie Maggie? Alright. The murder of Frank White. Danny Jackson's residence. Found in the yard. Body found wrapped in large white cloth bag. Stab wounds on abdomen. Consistent with sharp-bladed instrument. Another knife stabbing. One bullet recovered from chest cavity. Believed found 3 days post-mortem. Frank White, age 39, CPD deputy. CPD arrived at Jackson residence following an anonymous letter claiming Frank White's body was buried in the yard. Officers came under fire from Danny Jackson and returned fire, resulting in the deaths of one officer, Danny Jackson himself, his wife Jessica, and brother Antonio. Detective White's body subsequently discovered buried in large white sack, believed of same kind used for transporting laundry by most hotels. So the same kind of body bag. Danny Jackson presumed murderer of Detective White, unable to locate or identify murder weapon. Lead investigator William Dixon. So Kevin Grady was murdered and found in a hotel bag. Frank White was murdered and found in a hotel bag. Angie was not found in a hotel bag. Just, thinking right now. Unless they were and they're just not telling us right now. So that's interesting. So Danny Jackson. Prior convictions for theft, assault, and sale of a controlled substance. Maybe the cocaine. Perpetrator of the Frank White murder incident. He died in the shooting of it, though. Well, it looks like we need to ask Cindy about it. You don't like her hair? Interesting.
So, JB, where are we going next?
You know what's interesting is the photo that we took. If you ask James Hart about it, he mentions that it's a photo of his brother. This is very interesting. Alright, so what do we have here? We have Central Hospital, which we can ask about our missing doctor guy.
Right. Got it. Okay, it sounds good. I'll call you later. Dr. Green? Yeah? We'd like to ask you a few questions about Michael Ebert, who used to work at this facility. And we have a moment of your time? Sure. Anything I can do. I've been informed you've known Michael Ebert a long time, since college.
Yes. He was quite an outstanding surgeon. Excellent. Except, well, he was a bit loose with money and women.
I assume you know Cindy White.
Oh, of course I do. She was Michael's junior at the medical school. They were very deeply in love when they first got married, but after a year, Michael started cheating on her. He was having an affair with a young woman doctor.
Is that the reason for the divorce?
Not exactly. Michael was also screwing around with money. It seems there was this patient of hers who developed serious complications after surgery. This was during the time that they were having their affair. Well, the patient's family sued for malpractice, and she was forced to pay quite a substantial sum. So Michael withdrew money from Cindy's account without telling her to make up for it. And, well, shortly after that, they were getting a divorce.
Did Dr. Ebert continue to see this woman doctor after that?
No, they broke up. She quit her practice and returned to her hometown. Michael was totally devastated after Cindy left him. He started using drugs very heavily and, well, 6 months after the divorce came through, he quit his job and left.
Have you kept in touch with him since then?
No, but I did get a postcard from him.
Postcard?
Yes. It was from South America, or at least I believe it was from South America. He said that he was on a trip and had found a new job, and I'm afraid that's the last I heard from him.
Okay, so that still connects that to South America. Angie Hart has a statue from South America. Michael Ebert was last seen or at least known to have going to South America. I guess we'll see if he knows anything about anyone else.
I don't know.
Do you remember Bryce Rich, one of Dr. Ebert's patients?
Bryce Rich. Yes, he was in the hospital while Michael was having all that difficulty with his divorce. It kind of seemed like they were getting along very well together. They were becoming friends. You know, I don't think Michael would really appreciate this. I think he'd be embarrassed, but I think he was borrowing money from Bryce.
So maybe Michael was borrowing money from Bryce and then ran away to South America to get away from Bryce, possibly?
I don't know. No, I don't think I know her.
Do you know Catherine White?
Oh, yes. She came to see me. Just like you, she was asking questions about Cindy and Michael.
Huh. So Catherine was also asking about Cindy and Michael.
Shall we go to Cindy's clinic?
Yeah, I think so. I think we have to, right? She's more involved in this than we originally thought.
Come on in. Have a seat. I'll have the analysis done soon. I was going to bring it to you this evening. Can you wait a while?
I want to ask you something.
What's the matter?
You knew about Bryce Rich, didn't you?
What are you talking about?
Is there any reason why you didn't tell us your ex-husband was a friend of Rich's?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, stop playing fucking innocent. You're hiding something, aren't you?
God, I don't know what you're talking about.
Could you tell us about Michael Ebert? Did you know that Michael was missing?
I divorced Michael 3 years ago. I haven't seen or heard from him since. I have no idea where he is or what he's doing.
Did you know that Bryce Rich was once a patient of Michael's?
Miss White, hello.
Susan, come in. What's wrong?
I'm not feeling very well, Miss White.
Did you not sleep well last night?
No, not at all.
I see. Why don't you go wait in the consultation room, okay? I have a patient. Can you wait a while? I'll be right back.
Yeah, so the detective that was killed in that Jackson case was Frank White. We don't know if Frank is like the father to Catherine White or related to Cindy White, the cousin. Let's drop a save here because we might only have limited chance to investigate this. We have the first shelf, the second shelf, the papers, and the desktop. Let's go stooping. Nothing in this first shelf. Oh, that's a matching statuette, isn't it?
What did you just do? I can't believe you just searched my office. You're suspicious of me, aren't you? I see. You count me amongst your suspects. Okay, go ahead. Search to your heart's content.
Okay. Yeah, I figured that was the only thing that we'd find.
Are you satisfied now?
Hey, look, we didn't mean to offend you, all right?
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't. Listen, I've got patients to see. I will be by around 7 with the results of the analysis and to talk to you about Michael. Goodbye.
So, JB, where are we going next?
So that was very interesting. We need to put that into evidence.
Results will be input into the terminal computer first thing tomorrow morning. You can look at your computer for the data.
Okay. I usually wait for that, but I kind of want to put it in now because things seem to keep moving.
JB, where are we going next?
Okay. We need to talk to Bryce. I doubt he'll ever talk to us.
I've got nothing to say to you.
Yeah, okay, so Bryce is locked out.
So, JB, where are we going next?
We gotta talk to the Harts.
Look, I guess nobody's home.
Yes?
So you are home.
Look, Melanie's not feeling well. If this isn't urgent, could you come back later?
Mr. Hart.
What?
Angie's story. So we know that he took the story from the club. We also know that Catherine was looking for him as she went to his office. And we also know that he's into knives. I'm interested in the story. Why would he want the story?
We want you to show us a story Angie wrote.
Look, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you. We're talking about Angie's story that you received from Bloody Mary.
Angie was called Red Shoes at the club. Look, there's a whole bunch of stuff your daughter didn't tell you.
All right, I admit she's a member of this club, but it's got nothing to do with her murder. Now, I'm not going to show you the story.
Okay, then tell us about its contents.
Anyway, it's got nothing to do with your case. Look, I want to keep this story in Angie's memory. You're not going to touch it.
He won't show us the story. That's very interesting.
In the afternoon of the day Angie was killed, Catherine White called on you at your office. Did you know that?
No.
Catherine was investigating a counterfeit birth certificate here in Chicago. Does this mean anything to you?
Counterfeit birth certificates? I don't know anything about that.
Counterfeit birth certificates. And it's possible James or Melanie were part of the gang.
I heard you collect knives.
I used to, not anymore.
Did you ever own a dagger?
Mr. Harold, I don't think I know what you mean. That woman, that friend of yours, the detective, she was found with a bag of cocaine and the knife that killed Angie. Now, how do you explain that? How does a clean living detective end up with things like that when she's supposed to be investigating criminal activity in Chicago, huh? I'll tell you how. You don't give a damn about finding Angie's killer. I really feel sorry for Angie. All the police care about is clearing your friend's name. And Angie... Go away. I'll tell you nothing.
All right, so we're locked out of him.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Where else can we go? BR is missing. Or he won't talk to us. The Hart family will not talk to us. Bloody Mary, I feel like we've gotten all the information we can. Let's see if Julie is someone we can talk to.
I guess nobody's home.
Alright, Julie's not home, so she might be at the Vogue.
You want a bite? It's not bad.
I think that's a different pizza. I think every time we see him is with a different slice of pizza. No, can't get in touch with the Vogue.
You want a bite? It's not bad.
You still eating pizza, my man? What do we have access to? I wonder if he'll talk to us more about the Danny White stuff, or the Frank White stuff. What's the family again?
I think he had a mother in poor health and a sister. Yeah, Sister Maggie was one of those that vanished. Then his mother died in 7 years. Hardly anyone went to the funeral. It was terrible.
What were the names of the rest of Kevin's henchmen?
Well, let's see. There was Gordon and Alan, I think.
Kevin, Maggie, Gordon, and Alan.
JB, are these people connected to...
Okay. So Maggie disappears.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Let's see if we can talk to our photographer guy.
I told you all I know.
No?
So, JB, where are we going next?
I have no idea, man. I don't know what we're doing. Part of me wants to look through, Catherine's stuff again. We found the statue. We ran out of car pizza. It gave us another chance to look. Okay.
Are you?
All right. So she says she's gonna bring it back down to us at 7. We gotta do the heart resident stuff. I'm so glad there's like a really easy skip button and a repeat button in case you accidentally skip. Yeah, he gets all defensive. Go away. I wonder if talking to him does
So, JB,
mean that we
going
can't
next?
ask Melanie. Does the neighbor know anything? Neighbor has not been helpful in a long time.
Oh, hello, dear. I knew you were coming. You went up to the Harts, didn't you?
Oh, we have new questions.
Melanie looked well today. That's good for her.
Pardon?
Oh, I saw her in her garden this morning. You know, it's been a long time since she tended her flowers. Yes, she said hi to me.
So she's doing fine. She might be faking to not talk to us.
Speaking of the Harts, I remember something very interesting.
What is it?
Well, it happened just after they moved in, about 10 years ago. Angie was involved in a traffic accident on a nearby street, and it was so bad that she had to be taken to the hospital in an ambulance. Well, I happened to be around, so I went to the hospital with Melanie. Now, Angie needed a blood transfusion, and James came running over from his work, and both Melanie and James were absolutely frantic. They both wanted to give their blood. Well, it was the thin, petite Melanie who ended up donating her blood. James's blood type didn't match. Well, it occurred to me that, well, you know, James isn't really Angie's father.
I was suspecting
I know
that.
it's nothing but gossip, and I really shouldn't say such a silly thing.
Yeah, I was starting to suspect that after we found the picture of Kevin. I'm thinking Kevin might be the father, possibly. Or, no, because Melanie would be Maggie, who's the sister.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Okay, sorry. But they would have the same blood, obviously. Interesting, so we did learn something. Do we think we can get anything from James's place of work?
I don't have any more to say.
Pizza time.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Oh, he didn't have pizza. I guess it's only after 12 that he has pizza. I guess we'll go to the planetarium. We need something.
I have nothing more to say.
You want a bite?
So Osborne worked a case. Man, there's a lot of connections. It's really strange. Actually, wouldn't the
I
school
have nothing more to say.
have maybe a copy of the birth certificate? No, that's not something schools have, right?
So, JB, where are we going next?
She wasn't born here. They moved in because James worked in Manhattan. You know, Bryce also worked in Manhattan. So he's not going to talk to us. She's not here. I guess we'll talk to the Bloody Mary Club. We don't know.
Before she left, Red Shoes, Angie, wanted me to give this to you. Thank you. Thank you very much. No problem.
Okay, that's the head of Vogue.
Can I help you? Today's our meeting day. The members will be here soon.
Who was that lady? What did you give to her?
Red Shoes left it with me.
She left it?
I got a letter in the mail from Red Shoes.
What, you got mail from Angie Hart?
Red Shoes wrote me a letter and said that she had a premonition about her death. Oh, my God. Red Shoes, I got your message.
Hey, look, just tell us straight, will ya? I don't understand what you're talking about. Just speak in plain English.
Here.
Dear Lily, could you please return this to Paige McShannon, the Vice President of Beauty Vogue Modeling, for me? Thanks. Red Shoes. What was in the package?
I don't know what was in the package. It's her secret. I am not going to open up her secret by myself.
Fair enough. So yeah, I knew that was Paige. So what was the story?
Could you tell us about the story Angie wrote?
Red Shoes was killed before she presented the story to the club.
What was the title?
Kill Me.
What?
So the title was Kill Me. I didn't know the contents.
Why don't we pop in at Beauty Vogue?
I didn't get to finish questioning about... I don't know. No. Meeting in progress. Well...
Come in.
Yeah, I knew it was her.
I'm sorry, I'm expecting company.
Yeah, well, we just came by to see the nice little package you got from Lily, the Bloody Mary.
What are you talking about?
Please tell us about Angie Hart.
All right, she claims she didn't know Angie. Let's see what the package was.
What did Angie return to you? I want you to show us the package. Where did you see Angie? If you don't say anything, I'll begin to wonder if you're hiding something.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if you really were in New York on the day Angie was killed.
I didn't kill Angie.
Yeah? Then who did?
I don't know.
Well, tell us what you do know.
Press.
2 models said they saw Angie here. Your relationship with Angie will come out if we take action.
I scouted her. As soon as I spotted her picture in Babe, I went to work. I got her telephone number from the magazine editor and I called her up. She answered the phone and she agreed to see me. As soon as I met her, I just knew that she had it all. I mean, she had star quality. I knew Bryce was going to be happy with my choice.
You introduced her to Bryce.
BR Company was looking for a new image model for next year. I thought Angie Hart would be just perfect for the image.
How did she respond when you scouted her?
She was surprised, but she was happy. She said she wanted to sleep on it, but I had a feeling that we could go for it. So I gave her these. I sent them to her.
Some kind of present, huh?
Did Angie accept this?
I expected her to. I mean, it usually worked. But she was different.
But you forced her to take them anyway. How many times did you see Angie?
Twice, and that's it.
When was the second time?
On the last Friday.
With Bryce Rich. You set up that meeting, didn't you?
Yes, I did. But that's all I know. I had nothing else to do with that.
Okay.
Rich. That son of a bitch. So, JB, where are we going next?
I don't want to think it's Rich yet. I mean, everything points to Rich, but the dad is really suspicious. The dad is really suspicious. The whole birth certificate thing makes me think that someone in the family, either Angie or Melanie, was someone else. Angie has a picture of the Kevin McGrady who died. It's possible that Angie's dad killed Catherine and framed it as her killing Angie, but he might have not killed Angie. But he was worried about something coming out with Catherine investigating, possibly. Obviously, we still need to talk to Bryce. He's definitely connected. Super connected.
Did somebody just pass by?
You're full of shit, Rich.
What the hell is this? You guys come here to insult me?
Explain why you didn't tell us you'd been introduced to Angie Hart by Paige. Julia Fortis admitted she lied about your alibi on the 8th. Stop fooling with us, Rich. It's not in your best interest.
Is that what Julia said, huh?
Julia's also suspicious.
It's so fucking funny.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sure whatever Julia says must be the truth. Isn't that right, Mr. Harold? Please, gentlemen, sit down. So, Mr. Harold, who were you with last night? I suppose Julie would probably say anything you want her to, wouldn't she?
Hey, JB, what's this dickhead talking about?
I mean, you've got some nerve. Letting a woman involved with this case into your hotel room? Seems like a pretty unprofessional thing for a cop to do.
Okay, so he knows that Julia was in our hotel room, which means he might have sent her in order to sabotage or find out more information.
Why did you say you didn't know her?
Didn't want to be involved. I mean, that girl had the makings of a fine model. But I had nothing to do with her death. I mean, first of all, what would our company have to benefit from announcing that we were eyeing Angie Hart to be our new image model? And you can't blame me for wanting to cover ourselves from being involved in a scandal, can you?
By whatever means necessary, huh?
You're quite right.
The whole story surrounding you stinks. Too many people related to you are missing. Your old partner, the doctor, and the man who has a tape recording of you threatening a designer to keep silent.
Stop talking nonsense. I can't just pass over remarks like that. You make me out to be some sort of a criminal or something. You better be careful, Mr. Harold.
I don't want to grab him because that feels like...
The whole story surrounding you.
I guess we'll grab him. Oh, he does it.
You killed Angie, didn't you? You fucking killed her!
Stupid people like to use muscle. Don't bother me with your goddamn investigation unless you have real evidence. I'm perfectly clean. And if you two keep sniffing around here, I'm gonna have to take real action.
Like what? Get your buddies at City Hall to pressure the police commissioner into stonewalling this investigation?
You're right. At least you're learning.
If you're truly innocent, don't play dirty.
I'm gonna go back to that because there's way more questions we could ask.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's into some shady shit, but I don't know, the murder stuff. Oh, yeah, our partner
Where were you from
sucks.
5 to 8 p.m. on the 8th?
I was with a woman.
Who?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't remember her name. It was another one-night stand. You know what I mean.
Why did you have your car fixed?
I bumped into something in the parking lot. I thought I told you that.
And why did you have your seat reupholstered?
I don't remember.
Yeah, so his seat got reupholstered. The mechanic said that it looked like it had a lot of slicing. Like it had been sliced up.
I assume you know Michael Ebert.
Who is he?
The doctor in charge when you broke your leg. Rumor has it he borrowed some money from you.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, now we can go into the Angie thing. Go ahead, grab him. Oh. Wait, maybe that was a different... Okay, maybe I just have to press?
The whole story surrounding you stinks.
Don't bother me with your goddamn investigation.
Okay. That's the same cutscene. Alright. So what do we know? We know that Julia told him, or he told her to go hang out with me on the night, on last night. So we should talk to her. I had something I wanted to go look at. Julie's still missing.
So, JB.
I had something in my head and I can't think of it. Well, let's ask the repairman again.
Told you guys everything I know.
Okay. Fair enough. So, the only thing we have is at 7 o'clock, but I feel like I have nothing to... Can I even try the Hart residence? Because maybe Melanie's outside.
I guess nobody's home.
Because the neighbor said she was fine. So she's just like doing her garden and just being normal about it. Wait, did we talk to the neighbor in this universe, in this timeline? Yeah, we must have.
Speaking of the Harts, I remember something very interesting.
What is it?
Wait, that's the blood type story. This is the gardening story.
Melanie looked well.
So, JB, where are we going next?
Ah, man, I don't know. I feel like going to the police department to look at the stuff again. Because I can't think of anything else to go look at here. Oh, I also have to visit forensics. To put the chain in. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so this is what's found in Angie Hart. She has a picture of Kevin Grady. When asked about this picture, her dad pointed at it. Her dad said it was his brother, her uncle, Angie Hart's uncle. Mail it back left, a distinctive mark on right hand. We still haven't looked into that at all. So Angie was in the Bay magazine. Her diary is very suicidal. I'm hanging at the end of a rope. It's too far off the ground and I can't jump off. I don't know how long I can hang on. So her diary reads very suicidally. And then she wrote a book called Kill Me. Her dad took the book and will not release it to the police. Angie had a ring, which was manufactured by BR. She was also found in a new dress and heels. Catherine was looking into Bryce. Catherine was also looking into forged birth certificates and was looking at the Hart family. She wanted to talk to the Hart family. The blood that was in Catherine White's bag matches Angie Hart as type B. However, it could also match Kevin, whose weapon, the murder weapon for Kevin, never found. Oh, it's me. Sorry, it's me this time for the internet being weird. Okay, we're back. So I'm looking at this knife, right? Manufactured in the 70s. So why would Catherine have a knife covered in Angie's blood that's that old? You know? That makes me wonder. Okay, so the knife is like in the perfect range for Kevin's murder. Right? And they never found the murder weapon. He was also in gangs and suspected of drug trafficking. So here's the thing, right? The knife, 1972-1978, matches the type B of Anne. Kevin had a sister. There are forged birth certificates. The sister has the same blood type, but not James, who is the legal father of Angie. Danny Jackson incident happened in 75. The same year as the Kevin Grady. 8/25. 8/20. So the Danny Jackson thing happened 5 days before the murder of Kevin Grady. Yeah, Frank White was a detective that might have been on that case. Might have been on the Kevin Grady case. And then Danny Jackson took out Frank White. But what is Danny Jackson's connection to anyone else? Yeah, he was found. One bullet recovered from the chest cavity. He was found in the yard. He was found in a large white sack believed to be used by the hotels. So we don't have any connections to the hotel except that Kevin was found in a body bag of a hotel. Frank was also found in the body bag of a hotel. Danny might have worked at the hotel?
Results
Catherine.
will be input into the terminal computer first thing tomorrow morning. You can look at your computer for the data.
The reason Catherine has a knife with the type B blood type that matches Angie's is because she has the knife that killed Kevin. And the cocaine that Kevin was known for being a trafficker of.
So, JB, where are we going next?
But what can I do with that information? Can I question the hotel? No.
It's been there.
He never lets me go to the hotel. And probably because the hotel has only been our place to sleep. So now I'm at a complete loss of what to do until 7 o'clock.
I got nothing more to say.
So, JB.
Yeah, that's just going to be the same bullshit. I'm just killing time until nighttime, I guess.
I hope you can find the answers as soon as possible. Good day, gentlemen.
Yeah, she's useless now. It's like I've lost all the leads, or they've all.
I've got nothing to say to you.
They're all just walled off now. Yep, she's still missing. I wish there was just a kill time button. He won't let you go to the bar, but the bar is also a good way to skip time.
I guess nobody's home. Let's go back to the office.
Hi. I've been waiting for you. I've done the analysis of Angie's diary. Any progress?
Hey, who do you think we are?
I'm sorry about what happened earlier, the way I acted. I was too emotional.
So tell me about the results.
A mob of sheep were waiting to go through some wooden gates. Dad and I helped the sheep so that they could make it, and I hugged a black sheep tightly. In this case, sheep means the warm, good-natured part of Angie. Wooden gate suggests something that she got over that was an obstacle to her. And black sheep means something Angie's denied from her past.
Yeah, well, so what? The shit still doesn't make any sense.
Mom led a bull into a room where I was, and it made a dash towards me. I was furious and climbed up the wall to protect myself. I didn't hurt. Instead, I was in the next room full of Feast.
Hey, I get it, the bull, right? Some kind of sex fantasy, huh?
In this case, bull suggests her healthy animal instincts, suggesting that she'll be stronger. What she says, the bull dashed towards me and I was furious, this represents Angie's state of mind, that she couldn't control the anger that was just coming straight out of her. Climbing up the wall means she wanted to get away from the feelings that she just couldn't handle anymore. And Feast suggests broadening your horizons once you swallow it and get over yourself. In short, it seems that Angie was unwilling to accept something from her past, and it was troubling her all the time. But she was struggling to make it through somehow.
Are there any hints or suggestions in the diary as to what her problems were?
Well, there was one word used frequently that did catch my attention. That word was glass key.
What does it mean?
Mom and Dad locked the door using a glass key. I found the key and tried to put it into the keyhole, but there was no keyhole. I looked for a door that matched the key all night long, but there was no such door. Now, this is only an example, but if Angie's parents had something to hide, knowing that secret would have bothered her like hell. I would say it's possible.
Okay, so the secret is probably that Angie is not James's child, and that Melanie is somehow involved with the Kevin Grant stuff.
Could you tell us about Michael Ebert?
I really loved him. That's why I married him. But we messed up the relationship. Just remembering him is painful to me. I haven't met with him since we divorced. I can't believe he's missing. Is it true?
Looks that way.
Michael never talked about work at home, so I knew nothing about his work. I can't believe Bryce Rich was one of his patients.
Catherine must have known Michael Ebert, right?
Yes, I mean, she met him once at my wedding. What's Catherine's concern with Michael?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I've got to go.
Where to?
Okay, we're at nighttime. Let's drop a save, I guess. I'll drop it here. I want to keep some of the stuff from the previous stage open just in case. So what do we think? We can maybe talk to Julie. We've only been able to ever talk to her at night. Either she came to us or we went to her apartment.
Can we talk?
Yeah, come in.
I want to ask you something.
What?
Everything going all right? Feel like you're still being watched? Why did you come to my room last night?
I've just gotten out of the shower. Let me get dressed.
Let's go snooping. That's the missing heel.
Want a drink?
No, I'm on duty.
I'll have one. The detective you work with.
Rosen, you mean?
I know him.
You met him before?
I wish Steve hadn't existed in my life. When Steve died, I felt I could start over again. I thought I could erase the memory of him. You checked things about me, didn't you? You should know that I was with a slimy guy who took me for all I was worth.
Yeah.
A cop shot him. But I feel like he's still alive inside of me. When I saw that cop, the memories came back.
Rosen has no clue about it.
He doesn't know about me and Steve. Steve was a dirtbag. He was nothing but scum. I wanted to leave thousands of times. But I loved him. Okay, I got it. Don't drink too much, okay?
Okay, that's her dad coming for money. That's what we learned from the bellboy.
Who was it?
My only family. He took advantage of me. When Bryce couldn't get anything more from me, he kicked me out. It's the same with Paige.
Now, Bryce is probably trying to replace her with Angie, which gives her a lot of, like, motive.
I heard Angie was a big fan of yours. She brought you flowers, didn't she?
I don't know. I swear, I don't remember things like that.
Well, that's what the bellboy told us, that Angie came by 2 weeks before the murder.
I want you to tell me everything you know. What are you hiding? I know you have something to do with this case.
Get out of here.
Tell me what's on your mind.
Go away. Catherine was trying to break open memories which shouldn't have been opened. That's why she was killed.
What the hell does that mean?
Just leave. Get out of here.
Where to?
So Catherine was investigating stuff we know from the past. Anyone in the bar? Bar's always been very helpful to us.
Yo, there you are.
What's up?
I got these from the identification unit after you left. These photos, they were developed from the roll of film that we found in Cindy's drawer. Rich, Melanie, James, Julia. It doesn't take a genius to figure out who took them. Hey, tomorrow's gonna be a big day, huh?
Okay, so Cindy has pictures of Bryce, Rich, James, Melanie, and Angie. Okay, I thought she had a statue. I didn't realize she had a...
Where to?
A roll of film. Again, grainy FMV makes it very difficult. I feel like I just have to go to the hotel. I don't think there's anyone I can talk to. Another phone call. Yeah, sure, answer it. What's the worst that could happen? Somehow you get murdered through the phone.
JB, how's it going? Well, apparently this case is related to a murder case that occurred here in '75. Mr. Taylor, have you ever heard of Frank White?
Frank White? Yeah, he was Catherine's uncle. I heard that she became a detective because of him. It seems like this background's getting a little complicated, JB.
Mr. Taylor, Catherine seemed to be investigating the people concerned with Angie.
JB, you have got to clear up this case with these clues she found.
Yes, sir.
JB, my parents are not happy about me being a detective. I mean, they still don't like it. I've had the same old argument over and over. And again yesterday. My brother was a cop, you know? But he was killed while on duty. So they're afraid that might happen to me.
She's saying her brother.
I'm just wondering what they're gonna say when I announce I'm gonna be marrying a detective.
Taylor, our boss, said uncle. Chapter 4, A Choice to Kill. We might be in the final chapter. As we know, there's a 4-day time limit on this case. At that point, it gets ruled a suicide from Catherine and a murder. You know, Catherine murdered Angie. And he's pissed.
What's wrong?
Been taking off the goddamn case.
Now just
Fucking asshole.
calm down. What's happened?
The fucking captain, he tells me we got 24 hours to narrow it down to a key suspect, or else we're off the case. It's an order from the fucking commissioner's office.
Hey.
What the fuck do you want, shithead?
Man, why you dissing me like that?
What's up? Have you found your source yet?
Nah, not yet.
Yeah, well, what the hell you doing here then?
Man, you know, you keep sweating me like this. I'm not gonna tell you all about the sweet surprise I brought down to you.
Yeah, well, what is it?
Well, I tailed Rich yesterday.
Yeah, you tailed him. Well, that's well done, Mr. Marlowe.
Well, somebody's got to do some investigating around here. Thought I might find something interesting.
So, I mean, right now we're working. Angie is a teenager, a high school student who was stabbed and dumped at the planetarium, or stabbed at the planetarium. We don't know. Catherine, the next day, Catherine, our fiancée, was believed to have shot herself. She was found with the murder weapon that they believe killed Angie. So right now they're ruling that Catherine killed Angie and then killed herself. We are trying to investigate this. It looks like Catherine was looking into maybe the case of Frank White, which Frank White was murdered by Danny. The murder weapon that they found on Catherine is from the 70s, which is when the Frank and Kevin stuff happened. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things, a lot of threads intertwined.
And did you?
Yeah, man. Check this out. Rich went up to the Height after work, and he met some middle-class, suburbia-looking guy in the lobby, and they rapped for a while. Now, whatever they was talking about, they were dead serious. This white dude was way up in Rich's face, pissed off. I don't know what it was, but it was serious.
Yeah, well, who was this guy?
I don't know, some middle-class, suburbia-looking guy with glasses. Check it out.
A man with glasses.
Yeah.
It's Angie Hart's old man.
What? You all know they knew each other?
No way, man. This is right out of the fucking blue.
Well, I'll tell you something, man. I don't think this was their first rendezvous. I think Rich said something like, it's been a long time, or some shit like that.
Now, this is weird, man. What the hell's happening here?
It's getting all tangled up in a web, huh? That's why y'all get the big bucks. So why don't you go make like cops and investigate?
Don't you think it's time we drill him?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, listen, I'm gonna go bring him in. You grill him, you get it out of him, okay?
Okay, it looks like we're gonna grill Bryce. Oh, we get to pick someone. Okay, we need to save here. Okay. This is the beginning of day 13. Let's put this here, I guess. So we could bring in Bryce, we can bring in Julia, we can bring in James, or we can... Let's use a computer. We found new evidence. What do we have? We have the missing heel. A red high heel shoe, size 6.5, found in Julia Fordyce's room at the Height. Confirmed match to the single shoe worn by Angie Hart at the time of the discovery. Julia has the missing heel. We still don't know who else is in this photo. Danny Jackson. Wait, when did Julia begin? Signed to Urban Model. Then she said that her guy got killed, which the cop did it, I guess. 1991 winner of the Beauty Vogue magazine's beauty contest. That's when her luck started turning around. 2 years before all this. Also 2 years before this, Michael Ebert is reported missing. Supposedly it went to South America. The year before that, Bryce expands into precious metals. In 81, he moves from New York to Chicago, hired as a reporter for Michigan Journal, purchases home in Lincoln Park, transfers to Michigan Journal accounting department, promoted to manager of accounting department in 92. Cindy opened the White Clinic this year. 1990, divorces Michael Eber and retires from Central Chicago Hospital. Begins internship at Chicago's Central Hospital. God, I feel like we still are missing something. I need to talk to the dad. I need to talk to Bryce. Maybe we can just talk to everyone.
So have you found out who did it?
No. But we're getting very close to figuring out why Angie was murdered. Mr. Hart, there are a few things I'd like to ask you.
All right. What is it?
I'm informed that you met Mr. Rich of the BR company yesterday, correct? What did you meet Rich for?
The truth is, I found his business card. It was in the pages of Angie's story that I was reading. I don't know, it kind of nagged me, so I called the number. This Mr. Rich, he wanted to meet with me, so he suggested we meet at the Height. Actually, I was surprised to find out he was scouting Angie as a fashion model. She never said anything about that to us. Oh, and he's pretty annoyed at the police investigation, too. He's got nothing to do with this. So he asked me to keep it a secret.
How did you respond? We had told you there was a possibility that Bryce Rich did it. I would say it's rather strange you did him a favor anyway. You've known him a long time, haven't you?
No, that's ridiculous. I've never met the guy before.
What kind of story was Angie writing?
I don't know, nothing particularly interesting. It was the same old story.
Did you find anything which might be related to the case?
No, nothing.
All right, he's lying about the story. He's lying about Bryce. Let's see what he thinks about this.
Mr. Hart, let me ask you something personal. Was Angie your real daughter? The story is you couldn't give blood when Angie had an accident 10 years ago.
Angie's my daughter. I don't care if we're not related by blood. She's my daughter.
How did you meet your wife?
I was friends with her brother. I've known her since childhood.
What is her brother's name?
Kevin.
It's,
We have the photo.
Have you seen this photograph before? The man in this photograph was a detective and was killed 17 years ago.
I don't know. I have nothing to do with this.
I know that's not true. You're hiding something. I can't let you go before I get the truth.
Mr. Harold, my childhood was miserable. You understand that? My parents were killed when I was little. But I've been devoted to my family. See, I've got this dream. Home sweet home, trust, love. But sometimes that reality is just a little too severe.
Where's my husband?
In another room. Mr. Hart is hiding something.
Did he tell you anything?
He said he wasn't Angie's real father. He also said he wanted to be devoted to his family, but he's sorry it didn't work out that way. Tell me, Mrs. Hart, who is Angie's father?
Oh my God. James.
Mrs. Hart, can we talk for a while?
I like to talk in this room. Okay. Oh man, there's a lot to talk about here, huh?
This is Angie's diary. She implied in this diary that you and James had some secret. She sensed your secret and was suffering because of it. Mrs. Hart, can you tell me what it is?
All right, she ain't talking.
I assume you've seen this photograph before. I found this photograph in Angie's room. These are you and your husband when the two of you were younger, right? Kevin Grady, the man standing between you, was found dead at Chicago Harbor in 1975. The detective in charge of the case told me Kevin had a sister named Maggie. She vanished before Kevin was found dead. If you happen to be that Maggie, then your husband is Alan Black, right?
Did James kill Kevin? Did they kill Kevin together?
Tell me, Mrs. Hart, who in this photograph is Angie's father? Angie could have been murdered because of your former life. Please, Mrs. Hart, tell me the truth.
Gordon. Gordon Lewis.
Did you tell Angie about that? Do you know what happened to this man or where he is?
I don't know anything.
Gordon Lewis, is that Bryce's business partner that went missing?
Why was Kevin Grady killed? Who killed him?
Kevin was... Oh, God. James knows everything. Angie was the victim of our...
James knows everything. Angie was the victim. So James put up this whole facade that they were a happy family. I think we need to talk to James again.
I've had enough of this crap. I'm out of here.
No, he won't talk to us. That's just wasting time. Hold on. Who is Lewis? Gordon Lewis. Gordon Lewis. Gordon Lewis. No, partner was Charlie Thompson. This is the first we've heard of Gordon Lewis. Angie's mom, or Angie's father, Gordon Lewis. (1981) begins working as apparel designer. So before that, we don't know where Bryce came from. Is Bryce Gordon Lewis Angie's father? Date of birth 75. That would make him... Yeah, I mean, that's... There's no... Yeah, Bryce is a lot older than he kind of gives off. He's only 2 years younger than James. So they are all around the same age. Cindy has pictures of all of them. But she probably only has pictures of them because of the Frank White. Okay, this is interesting. So now we need to talk to Bryce, I think. I can't help. I gotta bring a cigar everywhere.
What do you want now?
I'm surprised you came here.
Well, my theory is you never turn your back on the enemy.
So we are your enemies, I presume.
It's a figure of speech, you know.
What were you doing last night?
I forgot. I think I've already told you I'm not interested in the past. I'm concentrated on the future.
What did you talk about with James Hart?
I don't know. I forgot.
Have you known him long?
What?
Wasn't the first time you met him, was it?
You know, when our detective partner grabbed him, he was able to overpower our detective. He might be an old-time gang person. I think this is Gordon.
I was informed that you lived in Chicago before. When was that? Have you seen him? What's wrong, Mr. Rich?
This is ridiculous. I don't have time for your shitty little investigation. I'm leaving.
Because our progress in the investigation might break open memories you've kept locked up. I can't let you go before you tell me the truth.
Oh, that was weird. Can't let you go until you tell me the truth. And then partner comes in and says, you can go. Cindy. Was Cindy also investigating this stuff?
If you need me to analyze Angie's diary, I'll take care of that later.
No, that's not what I want. I'd like to ask you about the case. Will you sit down?
She did get pretty defensive.
I don't understand. What's going on?
She had photos of Bryce, James, and the Hart family. That came out of Catherine's camera, because they found Catherine's camera, but they didn't find the film in it. So she took that evidence, which puts her there.
What's wrong with those?
These were developed from the film that we found in your drawer. I want you to explain why you took these photos.
I didn't. Catherine gave them to me. The film was hers.
Catherine did. When?
Well, let's see.
I don't know this Mr. Rivers. What's this?
What?
He's the one who introduced Angie to your clinic. You met Angie before she was killed.
Oh,
You
that was
knew
the
her, but
psychologist.
You didn't tell us that. And yet you offered us cooperation. I find it very strange, Cindy. I found this picture in Angie's room. This boy named Kevin was killed in '75. I met the detective in charge, and he told me to review the murder case of your father. Your father died in a narcotics investigation in '75. They found the presumed assailant, but the truth has been hushed up.
I was only a kid when he was killed. I don't know anything about it.
Nothing. I'm leaving.
Don't. I want to ask you more.
What do you mean?
I need your cooperation, Cindy.
Don't. Alright, did we learn anything? James Hart. No, nothing up there. Cindy. Nothing at that. I guess we gotta talk to Julie. Julie has the shoe. Why does she have the shoe of the murder victim? And she's clearly hiding it. Man, everyone's just playing cool. I don't know nothing.
What do you want from me?
I want you to tell me everything you know about the case.
Why do you have the red heel?
I found it in your room. It supposedly belongs to Angie Hart. Can you give me an explanation for this?
I don't know.
Related to Bryce Rich, huh? What relation are you to Rich? You came to my room a couple of days ago. Rich set it up too, right? You said you hate asking people to do you favors as much as you hate being asked. Now I know it was a lie. You do whatever he wants. An obedient little puppet.
No, I'm not.
Really? Then why do you follow him?
I'm in his debt. So I just repaid him.
What obligation do you have?
Soon after I signed with Beauty Vogue, I was threatened by this guy that Steve used to hang around with. I used to do anything if it made a buck. The guy had a blue movie that I'd done before, and he threatened me, saying he could ruin my career as a fashion model. Bryce settled it for me. I owe my success to him. I mean, he saved me from being spoiled by a nasty scandal.
Are you saying you're paying him back by covering his murder? One of the doormen witnessed a woman in a red dress visiting your room on the day Angie was killed.
I don't know.
Can you explain what the stain is on the carpet in your room?
I spilled coffee.
It's not coffee, Julia. You should know that. It's blood.
Let me go.
Don't leave. I got more things to ask you.
Hey, Mr. Harrell, here's that fax from Mr. Taylor over at Liberty PD.
What is it?
Things about the case Catherine was investigating.
What, that list of forged birth certificates, right?
Alan Black. Can I see that again? Who is Alan Black? It's checked off. What's the point of having what's the point of having evidence selection if you can't look at it? Hey Farmsteads, we're on the final day and the final hours, I think. But we have a time limit. Okay, Alan Black. Alan Black is the person in the photo that became James Hart.
Can we hurry up and get this thing over with? Look, I'm worried about Melanie. I'd like to get home and take care of her.
Your wife was here a while ago.
He doesn't know that.
What are you talking about?
She outed you. Okay.
This is you, right? I showed this photograph to your wife. It's Maggie, Kevin, Gordon, and you, Mr. Hart. Your wife told me who Angie's father is.
What are you?
Angie's father is in this photograph.
Don't you? This is ridiculous. Angie's my daughter.
I think the knife is his, but it didn't kill Angie. And I think the knife was in Catherine's possession because Catherine was investigating the past murders of Kevin and what had to do with his her uncle. So he knows what the knife is. He probably also knows about the cocaine.
Angie was killed with this knife. Are you sure you've never seen this knife before?
I don't know about things like this. I've got nothing to do with it.
I'm gonna ask about Catherine.
Catherine visited you at your office. What did she talk to you about?
She,
What did she see you for?
It was...
Do you have any idea why Angie was murdered? I presume she was killed because of your secret. Am I correct? Mr. Hart, stop trying to fool us. We know you're Alan Black. Catherine White was investigating your forged birth certificate. What did you do 17 years ago? This is my assumption. But Angie's murder is related to what you did 17 years ago. Right?
I've had enough of this crap. I'm out of here.
Okay. Here's what I think. Angie knew that there was a secret that her parents were hiding. Angie was investigating her, like, that's why she has the old photo. Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. I think she was investigating Bryce. And Bryce probably doesn't want his old secrets to be coming out. Yeah, but I can't get it because James has it. There was never a chance for me to get the Angie story.
Look, I'm under no obligation to stay here. I mean, let me leave now. If you want to talk further, contact my lawyers.
Come here, Mr. Rich.
What do you want?
Kiss. Get a kiss.
I can't let you go.
What are you doing? Hey,
He's got the mark.
What the hell's going on?
He's the father. He's Gordon.
you seen this photograph before? What a coincidence that the man in this photograph has a birthmark the same place you do. This man's name is Gordon Lewis.
I knew it.
Angie's father.
Okay. Let's do a save, just in case. Let's throw that. That's the end of 13. That's the end of the 12. Let's throw it here, I guess. Or maybe here. I don't think I'm gonna need those old saves, but I at least need to keep my the today's saves. Okay. The bird figurine was of Angie. The bird figurine came from South America. The only person other ties to South America is Cindy's ex-husband, who was borrowing money from Bryce. What do you know about the figurine?
Does this look familiar to you?
No. No fucking way.
You had models smuggling dope using ornaments like this.
What's that fucking stuff?
Don't tell me you don't know, Mr. Rich. You're doing something crooked to support the financing of the BR company. Keeping your hands clean, you take advantage of people who are hard up. Michael Ebert was one of those people, right?
Yeah, he went to South America to help smuggle cocaine.
I don't know shit about that.
Yeah, that makes sense. He bought the red dress, probably, right?
Angie was wearing this dress when she was found dead.
That dress is...
Angie was killed when she was wearing these pumps. This one was found in Julia's room. You should know the reason why it was there.
It was,
Well, we didn't know it was him in the old photo until we saw we didn't ever seen the birthmark. Everyone in the old photo is unrecognizable as their current day personas. But yeah, Maggie became Melanie Hart. Alan Black became James Hart. Angie is his daughter. And she was trying to find that. Now her brother, Alan is into knives. Did he get the knife? We're gonna would he kill his own daughter?
Angie was killed with this knife. The same as used in the murders of Kevin Grady and Frank White 17 years ago.
Whoa, did we determine that?
I'm informed you saw Angie on the day she was murdered. It's been proven. Paige McShannon said she set up a meeting on Friday, too. Julia witnessed Catherine as she called on you at your firm.
well, it's...
Julia Fortis confessed about the night of the 8th. It was you who took Angie's body to the planetarium, right? You killed Angie, didn't you?
No.
And you killed Catherine, didn't you?
No fucking way I didn't do that. I'm through with you.
He has the car that had the marks from the knife. Man, okay. Bryce has the cars with the knife marks. And is also Angie's father. Julia has blood on their floor and the missing heel. I think they killed her in Julia's place, and then Bryce dropped her off at the planetarium. Now, Catherine was investigating Bryce, but only for the previous life stuff. I think Bryce had James kill Catherine and make it look like a suicide. But I need more. I need Julia.
I have a session in the evening. Hurry up and let me out of here.
Okay. I think the murder was with a revolver, and the knife was just used as a way to frame Catherine. Because she was getting close. She was discovering who her real father was, and that was probably... Bryce probably doesn't want any of that information coming out, that he was in a gang that was drug trafficking. He is still drug trafficking. She has the bird statue from Ebert. Ebert probably gave her information about the drug trafficking.
I don't know.
I don't know about the revolver. How about the knife?
Angie was killed by this knife. Can you explain why this pump was in your room?
It...
Angie was wearing this dress when she was killed.
I'm forgetting the story about the ring. Angie had the ring and gifted it to her mother. The ring comes from BR, Bryce's company. The ring isn't evidence, but why? What would it... I don't want to get too lost on that. Does she know about the cocaine?
I don't know.
This ornament was found in Angie's bag. I also found the same thing in your room. Angie was in your room on that night. Did Angie visit you? You've met Catherine before?
I didn't talk to her. I just saw her in the office. Got it?
You said she came to bring back memories that shouldn't be remembered. What does that mean?
That's what Bryce told me. Who is that? What's happened? Must be serious.
That woman came back to bring memories that I'd locked away.
What?
Thought I'd erased everything.
What do you mean, Bryce?
Thought I erased everything.
I'm telling you, Julia, if we search your room, we'll be able to find out right away if Angie was killed there.
Yeah? So what?
Did you do it?
Maybe. I was so annoyed when I found out she was scouted. I mean, this little girl could jeopardize my position as top model, you know?
That's weird. You don't seem like you worry about your career so much. Why do you defend Bryce? Is it because of a former life you've kept hidden, just like Bryce? Stop wasting your time on such a worthless game. Don't give up on yourself. You could do better for yourself.
Don't talk like you know everything about me.
You're a slave to your former life, to your old dead boyfriend. Why is that?
It was me who tipped the police about Steve. Steve wouldn't have been killed if I hadn't.
Don't blame yourself, Julia. You should be free from your memories.
I'm out of here.
Okay, her ex-boyfriend was in the drug deal that our partner guy busted up. He shot her ex-boyfriend, and then he shot his girlfriend at the time, who was undercover. Holy shit, it's like just everything is just circling. So many threads, but which one is the correct thread? Now Bryce saying that he had to erase everything. I want to ask Bryce again, but I feel like it's a waste of time.
Look, I'm under no obligation to stay here. I mean, let me leave now. If you want to talk further, contact my lawyers.
Julia Ford has confessed about the night of the 8th. It was you who took Angie's body to the planetarium, right? You killed Angie, didn't you?
No.
And you killed Catherine, didn't you?
No fucking way. I didn't do that. I'm through with you.
Yeah, that's just wasting time. But who do I talk to? I already talked to James. He'll probably be a dick about everything. What would Cindy know?
I've told you everything I know. What do you want from me?
I found out what brought Catherine to Chicago. The man who presumably killed your father is listed on this paper.
I don't know.
Alright, she doesn't know the man. The knife was used in the murder of her father.
The assailant stabbed Angie with this knife.
And then Catherine's revolver is the weird thing.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think she's a waste of time.
Why didn't you tell me you'd met Angie? A woman with blonde hair killed Angie, but it wasn't Catherine.
Why do we know this?
Catherine visited the people related to Angie, but it was another blonde woman wearing a coat, not Catherine. Catherine had no motive to kill Angie. There must be a person who had to or was motivated to kill Angie. Now, the question is, who was it? This person killed Angie to make some people feel sorry for what they had done in their former lives. This is my hope, that this person would appear to confess her sin before I have to go and get her.
Wait. We think Catherine did it? Or Cindy? Okay, that's interesting. Cindy was talking to Angie as a psychologist. It's possible that Angie told her things that Cindy would then learn that they were connected to her father's murder. Yeah, I don't think Rich did kill Angie. I could see him being the one that killed Catherine, but man, I feel like I don't have enough. Let me see. These things don't seem to update, but maybe they will. No, it's still the same timeline. Doesn't even have their new names or whatever. How do we know that it was someone with blonde hair? Catherine has blonde hair. Her sister kind of has blonde hair, but not really. It's dark blonde. Brown, essentially. Where did that come from? Maybe I should ask Bryce about the ring, I guess. Catherine was looking into Bryce. Catherine was talking to the Harts. Had taken pictures with her camera. Pictures that are not in my evidence, which I wish they were. Geez, I don't know. We know that he was stabbed. He was stabbed and found in a white hotel bag, the same as Kevin Grady. Stabbed and found in a white hotel bag. Danny Jackson died 75. Is Danny Jackson a partner of Bryce or the ex-boyfriend of Julia? Man, I'm just like lost in all these loops.
Can we hurry up and get this thing over with?
Yeah, Danny was killed when they went to investigate his house. They opened fire and killed him and his family in the house.
Mr. Hart, stop trying to fool us. We know you're Alan Black. Catherine White was investigating your forged birth certificate. What did you do 17 years ago? This is my assumption, but Angie's murder is related to what you did 17 years ago, right?
I've had enough of this crap. I'm out of here.
Okay, I'm missing something. I'm missing Julia. I think. So Julia, she admitted to calling the police on her ex-boyfriend to get him killed. No, I only have the buttons that are presented here. There are no other controls. There's not like a inventory button or anything. I can skip cutscenes and I can review cutscenes.
I have a session in the evening. Hurry up and let me out of here.
Okay, it looks like it's gonna let me... No, it just has to press harder. What am I missing?
I'm telling you, Julia, if we search your room, we'll...
It's the same thing. But this is new, isn't it?
You know, so many guys paid attention to my body. But none of them were ever serious about me or cared about me. JB, this is the first time someone's ever worried about me. I'm obligated so much to Paige and Bryce, you know? They helped me make a clean break from that damn life I was living. So, they're convinced there's no way I could ever betray them. But I can't take it anymore. I think I should tell you everything. Beauty Vogue isn't doing as good as it looks. Management ran it into a corner. I mean, we were in a deadlock. So, Paige asked Bryce to finance. Bryce agreed on one condition, which was he demanded that Paige help him in his other business, smuggling cocaine.
This is why the models are smuggling it.
Models were sent to South America to do sessions and brought back souvenirs, given to them by the local staff. You know, they never dreamed that cocaine was in the souvenirs. Paige pulled out the cocaine from the souvenirs and handed it to Bryce. Every time a new model was hired, it was their first assignment.
Take it with you if you like. You can have it. Look, Angie, you've got to realize how lucky you are. It's all up to you. It's not everybody who gets a big chance like this. You know what I mean? Now, the President Bryce Rich, he said that you have something very special that inspires him a lot. Now, Mr. Rich is a wonderful man. I'm sure that you'll make up your mind after you meet him. Oh, that reminds me. I've got to see him soon. Why don't you come with me, Angie? Really? All right, Angie, let's do it. This is for you. Something to remember me by.
All right, that's the chain.
You'll love it.
I knew Paige had her eye on Angie. I mean, I knew it was almost time for her to start hunting for a new model to replace me. It was such an irony. It was the girl that gave me the flowers, you know? Bryce asked me to let the girl stay over at my room on the 8th. I didn't ask why. Because it wasn't unusual for him to poke model wannabes. And he never hesitated to ask me to do stuff like that.
Excuse me, but Mr. Rich told me to wait here.
Oh, it's you.
I'm gonna be a model.
Well, it's a lot harder than it looks. You're not interested in a higher education or what?
I want to be independent from my parents.
I see. Everybody has their motive.
Yeah.
Hello? It was my father. Begging me for some money as usual. I went down to the back door to meet him, leaving Angie in the room. When I returned to the room later, the door was open. And that girl was lying there. She was dead. I didn't know what to do. I got a call from Bryce, and I told him what happened. He came by right away. He was shocked when he saw she was dead. And he just stood there. He couldn't move.
It's Melanie that killed her.
And he started sobbing. I couldn't believe it. That man was crying. The man who looked like he had no tears in his body cried. I couldn't say anything to him. And then he muttered something.
That woman, she came back to open up a box of memories.
I helped him carry her body to the car. Bryce took it to somewhere. I cleaned the blood stain on the carpet, but I couldn't get it off. And then I realized there was the red pump next to the bed. That's all I know. That's it. The next thing was that Detective Catherine was killed, which led you and Rose into the case. That's all I know.
Oh, okay. Shit. That was a lot. So, yeah, we don't believe Bryce killed his own daughter. My controller fell asleep because I'm using a wireless controller. Why do you think it's a wig? We have nothing to suspect that it's a wig except that it looks kind of bad, but I think Melanie did it, but I don't know. Right now it's leading to Catherine being the murderer. But then who killed Catherine? I still want to think it's Melanie.
Can we hurry up and get this thing over with?
I guess.
Mr. Hart.
This is the same dialogue.
Angie was a victim of our former lives.
Okay.
You're right. My real name is Alan Black. And I killed the detective Frank White 17 years ago. Melanie was a friend of mine, and we called her Maggie back then. 17 years ago, me and Gordon and Kevin and Maggie, Kevin's sister, we were all, just street punks. We hung out together. I don't know, we were looking to make some money, some way to get off the streets, I don't know, Gordon hit on this windfall. His story was that he had smuggled in some cocaine into the country and sold it to the mob. It sounded like easy money, you know? And, well, we swallowed the whole story. And then, about that time, this middle-aged man showed up. That was Frank White.
Shit, that guy was a fucking cop, that bastard.
So what do you want to do about it?
Hey, it was you that took this guy to the mob. You know, if anybody sniffs out that we brought a goddamn undercover cop, they're gonna rub us out, too.
What's wrong, guys?
Oh, God!
Gordon, he asked the mob people to get rid of the dead body of Frank White. But that wasn't the end of it.
Maggie, what the hell happened?
Gordon shot Kevin with that cop's gun. I begged him to stop it. He was trying to split with the coke. God, he was stupid, but Gordon shot him. Oh my God, he killed my brother.
You know, we gotta take this money and get the hell out of Chicago. Otherwise, we're gonna end up like Kevin.
And what do we do when we leave here? Play hide and seek with the cops for the rest of our lives?
No. We forget everything. We dump the past, make a new start.
I'm gonna make it. Come back to Chicago someday.
Gordon?
I left Chicago with Maggie, and we hit New York. We got some false birth certificates, and we were reborn, you know, James and Melanie. Less than a year later, Angie was born. We lived in New York for a while, and finally we had to move back to Chicago because Maggie's mom got sick. And we had to take care of her, you know. Oh, God, we were so scared. We were afraid somebody was gonna link us to the murders, you know. But Chicago just let us live our new lives. And I started believing that, you know, we could put all of this behind us and maybe start over again. I don't know, I had a new family. A wife, a beautiful baby girl. It was everything I wanted. But then I felt something inside of me just die. When I found out that Angie wasn't my real daughter. Melanie never told me a thing about it. But it occurred to me that, you know, Angie's real father must have been Gordon. After that, Mel and I, we couldn't work it out. We never got along anymore. And whenever I would see Angie, I remembered everything that happened. It was like I had this sin, you know, just locked up inside of me. I couldn't forget. Oh, I tried not to let Angie notice, but she could see right through the lies.
Oh, shit.
Angie, I'm sorry.
Why don't you just beat the shit out of me? Come on, hit me more. I know you hate me.
What are you saying? Don't you know I'm worried about you? My God, you've been acting crazy these past few days. Won't you please just listen to me?
No, you're a liar.
What are you talking about?
You hate me.
Angie, this is nonsense. How could you think that I hate you?
I can tell when I look in your eyes, okay? You hate me.
Angie. I couldn't say a word to her. And that day, the day Angie was killed, a woman appeared. Oh, how can I help you?
Hello, Mr. James Hart?
Yes,
And your other name is?
What?
Alan Black, right?
Wait a minute, who are you? Don't, wait. She knew my former life, everything that happened 17 years ago. And she went and saw Melanie, too, not only me.
Yes. Can I help you with something?
Maggie? So now you're Maggie. Finally, I've got you. It's been a long way to come. I've been looking for you.
What a weird conversation.
That night, Angie didn't come home. And when I heard that a woman named Catherine White might have killed her, it struck me that, that was the woman that came to see me. And I felt like Angie's death was like a punishment for what I'd done 17 years ago. Mr. Harold, the story that Angie was writing, it was like this mirror to her mind. It was about a girl who was killed by her father. She was suffering, knowing that her father had committed this crime in the past, and she tried to help him, but he killed her just to shut her up. There was no way Angie knew about the case, but I felt like she was reading my mind, I was shocked reading it because it was my fault. What happened to Angie was my fault.
Okay. Whew. All right, so Angie visited Julia. Someone killed Angie in Julia's apartment. Rich came to clean up and dump her body in the planetarium. Rich was crying. James Hart just admitted to all the stuff happening. And regarding Catherine, regarding the past life. He is also the one that killed him, and Gordon are the ones that killed that detective. And Gordon's the one that killed Kevin.
Look, I'm under no obligation to stay here. I mean, let me leave now. If you want to talk further, contact my lawyers.
It's really pushing that Catherine's the one that killed Angie, but why would Catherine kill Angie?
Julia Ford has confessed about the night of the 8th.
Okay, it's the same cutscene, but now we have...
Yes. I took Angie's body to the planetarium. She said she liked the place. You know, I've never wondered about my way. I mean, never had any doubt about it. But with her, I couldn't be perfectly practical. There were feelings. Some kind of an attachment. I left those feelings there with the yellow rose. You know, you are the perfect image for my company. Have you made up your mind?
I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe you came to the wrong person.
You've got star potential. It's gonna be okay. You are gonna be a big hit. Have you told your parents about this opportunity? It's okay. Paige will take care of everything. And I'm sure your parents won't mind having their daughter being a huge success.
Flowers are pretty.
Yellow roses. Reminds me of something. First girl I was in love with.
Melanie tends to roses.
I must be a little bit
Oh,
nervous.
there's the birthmark.
So, I don't even know your name.
Angie. Angie Hart.
Angie. It's a great name.
Well, let me sleep on it, please. And I'll let you know on Monday.
Monday. Okay. I'll pick you up at 5 o'clock. Where should we meet?
How about in front of the planetarium?
Planetarium?
Yeah. I've loved that place since I was little.
That's when she got the
I
lemonade.
used to like to look at the stars when I was a little kid, too. Oh. I've got this for you. I think it'll fit. I'd like to see you with this dress on the next time I see you.
Okay.
Okay, that's the red dress.
I mean, Angie was the perfect image for my new brand. I mean, she really inspired me a lot. I mean, and it felt like any inspiration that I had previously was lost. And I had the feeling that she could bring out my full potential.
He didn't know until Catherine told him.
And I'd never felt that way before, you know?
He doesn't know that Anna is his daughter.
But I had no way of knowing that she was my daughter till that woman came to see me.
Yep, till Catherine.
Well, you don't have an appointment, but I would heartily invite a beauty like you into my office anytime. So why don't we get started?
Where are you from originally?
Connecticut.
Hartford, correct?
Look, if you already know all the answers to these questions, why don't we just skip to something more exciting?
Do you remember a man named Gordon Lewis?
Oh, come on. I don't know what you're talking about.
You took a trip to California in the summer of '76?
I don't remember.
Gordon Lewis was in California about the same time as you. Obituary column. Bryce Rich, 20 years old. According to this article, you were killed in a car accident in California in '77.
Who are you?
Someone who knows who you really are. Your true name is Gordon Lewis.
Oh, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, and I certainly don't know anything about any shit like that.
You think you have completely made up your new life, don't you? But you can't just dump your former life. You know what? You've got a daughter. Her name's Angie Hart, the child of yourself and Maggie.
I've made up my mind.
Great, Angie. I love it. So, what did your parents say?
This is my life. I'm the one who makes the decisions. They have no control over me. I don't want to go home. I don't want to live with them anymore.
I mean, I was supposed to cut off my former life, get what I wanted. I mean, I never thought that I would regret it. But when I saw Angie, what that woman said came back to haunt me. You just can't dump your former life.
Just stop! Please!
Put it back, Kevin. It belongs to all of us.
Stop, Kevin. I mean, please put it back!
Don't worry, Maggie. He doesn't have the nerve to shoot me. He's just chicken shit.
I mean, I did anything to survive. Nothing's ever bothered me as long as I got what I wanted. And I trusted nobody. I wanted to win my success at all costs. No matter who cursed me or who hated me or how badly anybody got hurt, I didn't care. Seeing Angie brought back memories that I thought I'd locked away. I mean, Angie was killed for doing nothing. She was a kid. So yeah, I brought her body to the planetarium in my car. My life is nothing but lies, corruption. I mean, my own daughter shed blood. My wrongdoing can't be amended. That woman, she came to tell me how sinful I was.
Oh boy. Okay. So Bryce is Angie's father with Maggie. Bryce kills Maggie's brother. James is Alan. Alan kills the detective, runs off with Maggie to start a new life. I guess we need to talk to Cindy.
What do you want from me?
Catherine visited the people related to Angie, but it was another blonde woman wearing a coat, not Catherine. Catherine had no motive to kill Angie. There must be a person who had to or was motivated to kill Angie. Now, the question is, who was it? This person killed Angie to make some people feel sorry for what they had done in their former lives.
I mean, that...
This is my hope. That this person would appear to confess her sin before I have to go and get her.
That really does line up with Cindy.
I don't have to put up with this. Goodbye. Relax. You can tell me everything that's on your mind.
What's happening?
Really, don't worry. You can count on me. I'm on your side. I've known Mr. Rivers for quite some time. He's mentioned you several times to me. So tell me, why do you think you weren't supposed to be born?
Because my mom and dad aren't happy because of me.
Why not?
Because I'm not his daughter.
Who says such things? Maybe you're the only one who thinks this.
Well, Mom told me that this is my real father.
Who were you raised by?
James Hart.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, Catherine. What's up?
I did it. I traced this guy, Alan Black. I found him here in Chicago.
Alan Black?
A man who was arrested for swindling confessed that he'd been involved in forgery. This man has forged birth certificates for over 20 years. He kept a record of all his clients. Alan Black was listed in that record. Cindy, we'll be able to find out things about this man you've been looking for. Alan Black calls himself James Hart.
James Hart?
Help me, Cindy.
Jesus, Michael, what's going on?
Here, take this bag.
Tell me what's going on.
I fucked up. Someone's after me.
For what?
If I die, you go to the police with that bag. This man trapped me. That's not Bryce Rich. It's a fake. He's had plastic surgery. God, I'm stupid. I'm sorry if I've caused you problems. Forgive me. I'll call you.
Frank should have known better. It was stupid to do a sting operation by himself.
He was doing okay in the beginning, I guess. It looked like he was getting close to penetrating the mob.
He underrated those punks. They sniffed that I was a cop and they whacked him.
You mean those punks in the picture
Bingo. Danny Jenks is nothing but a dummy.
Something's wrong. It's not loading the correct
Now we better
cutscenes.
call in Cindy. Homicide. It's for you. It's Cindy.
Maybe we pieced together, but we pieced it.
Cindy.
I've got to see you. Can you come here?
I'll be there. I'll be right back.
Hey, where you going? Hey, what about me? Ain't I going with you?
Stay here and be good.
Oh, we're switching discs again? Where are we gonna save this? I don't think we need this day 2 anymore. Okay, I think something is wrong with my Fenrir. A little bit. Which is why I wasn't loading the Cindy cutscene correctly. But I think she was telling us about what Angie told her. Or I think she left. And we pieced that part together. And, yeah, I guess Cindy's the one.
Catherine.
JB, you should have known better. Revenge is the stupidest thing you can do. Please, Cindy, you must listen to me.
There it
That's
is.
what Catherine said. I was only 12 years old when my father died. He was an old-fashioned man. I mean, a very poor speaker and a stubborn man. You know that kind of person? He thought about nothing but his job. He wouldn't mind staying away from us day in and day out for the sake of his investigations. He came home once in a while, but he didn't spend much time with us. But I liked him anyway. I still remember his big shoulders and his strong hands. I used to sit around with my mom and wait for him to come home after settling a case. I just couldn't believe it when he died. I mean, when they placed him in that coffin and buried him under the ground, I realized it was the goddamn reality. I couldn't stop crying. My mother told me what a respectful detective he was. She said, "Dad is our pride. We must always remember how much we love him." One month after his funeral, some newspaper made a comment that my father took his investigation too far.
So what you're saying is that your son was killed by the detective. Is that about right?
Yes, absolutely. That detective used my son for his investigation. He pressured him into smuggling drugs. My Kevin was such a good boy. He would never, ever get involved in such a nasty mess as this. And I'm telling you, he was a victim of this investigation, and this detective put him up to committing the crime. He didn't give a damn what happened to Kevin. He was a bastard.
He was the last person that should have been described like that. The newspapers just jumped on it because it was somewhat scandalous. They leaned more towards Kevin's mother's point of view and criticized Frank's investigation. My father's boss was a wimp. He did nothing to clear my father's name because he was afraid he might be blamed too. At the same time, my mother was slowly losing her mind. She woke me up many times in the middle of the night saying she couldn't sleep. She also started saying odd things like, Frank hasn't come home yet. I couldn't help but just cry, holding her there. She just couldn't take it anymore. Not just his death, but him being reproached across the nation. Several years after my father's case had been forgotten, she died. She had a severe nervous breakdown and killed herself. I was 17. Just like my father was killed, she stabbed herself in the chest with a knife. She left nothing for me but the frustration that we could never clear my father's disgrace and a blood-stained knife. After she died, I went to college, supported by Catherine's father. I wanted to help people who had problems that they couldn't handle on their own, just like my mother. There was no hope for myself. I couldn't just throw away the hate I had inside me. Cindy, how could you have done such a horrible thing? It's too stupid. Cindy, why? I found the bloodstained knife and the cocaine in your room. You should have known better. Revenge is the stupidest thing you could have done. Cindy, you've got to listen to me. JB, you were right. I did it.
Well, there you go. It was Cindy getting revenge. Killed Angie just to make everyone involved around her feel bad. Yeah, but every time we saw Cindy, it was the real Cindy. Cindy didn't have a wig. Just the lady that came in to kill Angie. Even then, I don't even know if she was trying to pin it on Cindy at first, but only pinned it after she killed Cindy. After Cindy confronted her. Yeah, but they just said that they were played by two different people in the credits. It doesn't matter. And maybe they had a wig to make it so that they looked like the same. Oh, maybe here we go. Cindy. Or this is the cast. So sorry. Yeah, I don't see Catherine. So maybe they're the same person in the footage. The wig's not important. What's important is that Angie was found out to be related to be the daughter of the people that were in the photo that killed Cindy's father. That's all that mattered. The whole drug ring part didn't matter. Yeah. It's very interesting that Cindy knew where Angie was gonna be that night. Yeah, now we know why she stabbed everyone, is because her father was stabbed. We can assume that Angie told her about Gordon, right? Now, I don't think Angie knew that Bryce was Gordon. It's already been 1 week since you left Chicago, and here I am back at the bar again. That bar where we tied one on. And yes, at the very same table where I passed out flat on my face. This was a rough case for you and me both. A lot of hard truths came out in the end, and it opened my eyes to how the shit that happens in this town can follow a guy around. But maybe that's just a day in the life for J.B. Harold, the man who always gets the truth. In fact, you're probably sitting in some bar, thinking about some new case this very moment, right, JB? Sounds like you. Anyway, I'd be damn glad to work with you again sometime. Stay in touch, JB. Your pal, Ted Rawson. This heartfelt letter from Ted. There's a lot of things that were connected, like how Ted, who killed his girlfriend, and that was the sob story when he got really drunk. Killed his girlfriend when she was undercover because he ran away with a drug dealer. And that drug dealer being Danny, or just being the guy that was setting up Julia. Not setting up Julia, but taking money from Julia. And she called the cops on him. It's very interesting. A lot of twists and turns, but no like gaps or anything. It all comes together. But yeah, we can assume that Angie told Cindy during her session that, oh, James isn't my father, this man is, and that man was in the picture. And then we know that Catherine was approaching all these people. And we can assume that Cindy was tailing Catherine and finding out this information. Catherine was just making a case. But Cindy went and got revenge. But why did she attack Angie and not, like, the people directly? Because she wanted them to feel the pain that she felt about having someone taken away. But in the end, she had to kill her own cousin to hide it. This is why she was so forthcoming with stuff about Bryce, is she wanted us to pin Bryce. I don't know, it's very interesting. I hope you all enjoyed that. But there you go. That's Blue Chicago Blues wrapped up. Alright, so yep, GG's on that one. That first day was rough, but we got through the rest of it in one session, so that's pretty good. So Saturday, tomorrow, I'm going to hopefully get in touch with the crew. We're going to get together. We're going to finally do those FMV games we've been talking about. I promise. Maybe. It's been like 2 weeks, I know. Be patient. And then Sunday, I made an audible. I'm switching gears to more arcade games. We're going to look at Time Traveler, and then we're going to look at some animated FMV Laserdisc games. They might not count fully as FMV games, but, you know, we got to look at them somewhat time, right? And Time Traveler definitely counts, and we need to play Time Traveler. So expect that on Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Next week, since we nailed Blue Chicago Blues, I'm trying to think of introducing another kind of detective game. I ran that poll and people wanted to see a Tex Murphy. So I think we gotta look at a Tex Murphy game that has FMV, which is what was it? I already forgot which one I decided on. Under a Killing Moon. So we'll probably play Under a Killing Moon next week. We got so many things we're gonna look at. It's FMV February. Not really. The first one doesn't. The first one doesn't. The second one has pictures of real people and scans of them and stuff like that, and then maybe a little FMV. And then after that is like Under a Killing Moon, and every game after that is FMV bonanza. So yeah, we're gonna look at the first FMV focused Tex Murphy because it's FMV February. Yeah, I think we'll start that probably next Friday. I think at some point we're gonna look at Fox Hunt. Oh man, I don't know what else we'll look at. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me tonight. Let me send you somewhere. Ooh, Skeleton's playing Ape Escape. Eltrock's playing Breath of Fire. Hesh is playing Half-Life. Chubo is also streaming. Okay, I guess I'll send you a Skeleton. He has his birthday hat on. Maybe it's his birthday. Go wish him happy birthday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for FMV Party Planet. It's weird. It's like no one's joined the raid, but I feel like something's wrong with the Twitch thing because I feel like it's been showing the wrong viewer count lately. I don't know. I'm gonna do the raid. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Oh. It didn't do it. Did you guys raid? It gave me an error message. I think something's wrong. I'm just gonna call the stream. You guys can go wherever you like, I guess, if the raid didn't work. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.